Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Ghost of Tsushima, and thank you very much to More Than a Mia, who just hosted the stream, our very first arrival of the episode. Now, as I recall, we are just outside Lady Masako's house, and Masaka, and we are going to go check in with her, having wrapped up all of our other business in this immediate area.
Sakai.
Sorry, I didn't see that you had flowers for me to de-petal. Anything else? Okay.
Lady Masako, has the traitor's wife told you where he's hiding?
Every time I ask, she starts crying and won't look at me.
Can you blame her?
I'm starting to. Maybe a young samurai will charm her. She's inside.
Wait here.
My lord. Lady Masako plans to kill me. I can see it in her eyes.
I won't let her hurt you. But I need your help.
I have told you all I know.
Hachi delivers messages for your husband. That means they have contact. It's only a matter of time until Masako finds them both.
No, you have to save him.
I can only do that if I get to him before she does. You know your husband. Where would he hide?
Let me think.
This is important, Hina. Your husband murdered innocents. I'll be back.
It's a bold move for him to sort of insinuate that that guy's going to be okay, because I full-on plan to kill him when we find him.
I'm giving her time to think about where he might be.
What did you offer her?
Let's take a walk.
I know a place she won't hear us.
I told Hina I would try to save her husband's life.
You know I'm going to kill him.
I had to gain her trust somehow.
So you lied.
I told her I would try to save him. And I will.
What will you tell her when you fail, Jin?
That you could not forgive his crime. And that I will not stand between you and justice.
True.
Everywhere I look here, I see only the night my family died.
When my father died, I didn't go home for a long time. An empty house falls apart quickly.
This isn't my home anymore. It's where my family was slaughtered. Little hands, still holding toys. My sister's gold sash wrapped around her butchered body. I can't protect anyone. I can only avenge them. There should be music.
What?
My grandchildren would make songs with me here, to celebrate the changing of the seasons. I will never hear them play again.
Hihu, thank you very much for the support and for the host. Okay, so we've never seen this introduced before. Swipe left on the touchpad to play your flute, a family heirloom and gift from your late mother. She once said its music has the power to change the weather.
Thank you.
Hina!
Get to the house!
I'm trying to go a lot faster than this.
Hina,
We need her killer. Now.
better look around.
Where? Here?
He must have
Outside?
left a trail.
Return to the search area. Okay. Oh, okay. Good call. I thought he would have gone out the front way. It was further away from where we were. I'm assuming, yes, here we go. So, that's a bummer about Hina. I felt very strongly... I do not see tracks down this way. Yeah, return to the assassin's tracks. Here they are. I felt very strongly that her husband deserves to die, and I also felt equally strongly that she did not deserve to...
Why would someone kill Hina?
To keep us from finding Sadao.
The traitors knew we had her.
It was a long journey from the woodcutter. Many people saw her with me.
You made sure they did. You used her as bait.
I hoped her husband would take it.
Oh, these are both true.
Now an innocent woman is dead.
The traitors killed her, not us.
But you made her a target.
Ah, here we go. Let's try to remember to switch back into my armor if we're going to get into combat. A single assassin I feel like we can probably take. If he has an entourage, we will take any opportunity to get change.
Only one set of tracks. Whoever the killer is, they're alone. With Hina gone, we need them alive.
They have her.
Challenge me! We can't let him die.
The first combat of every stream is always something of a party. Don't be surprised if we wind up seeing this a few times.
I don't want to die like this. I'm bleeding.
Oh boy.
Help!
Enemies nearby. Oh, I'm sorry. Also, yep, we have a tracking firefly. Oh, it's leading me to a cricket. I like crickets because they're going to teach us new songs to the flute. I don't know how many we need offhand, but let's go check them out. 2 more, and we get a brand new flute melody.
No, not you.
Hachi, Sadao's brother.
Why did you kill Hina?
Tried to free her. She wouldn't leave. Wanted to save Sadao. She screamed for you. I didn't mean to.
Where's your brother?
I failed him. I won't betray him.
You can't die! Tell me where he is!
He's gone. Hina died for nothing.
She was murdered by traitors, just like my family. I can't give up the hunt.
He carried messages for his brother. Maybe he had one.
What did you find?
A map belonging to Hachi, brother of Sadao, the headman of Kuta Farmstead. It details the supply routes Hachi traveled. I assume this is what we said to her in this moment.
A map of supply routes.
He delivered food to survivor camps. Maybe Sadao is hiding at one. Go to the nearest camp and talk to the monk in charge. He might know what the map reveals.
What about you?
I will bury Hina. I owe her that. I'll find you at the camp when I'm done.
All right, brand new technique point. This is a great way to start an episode. So let's choose what we want to... Okay, we got a Charm of Dual Destruction. Here's my guess. We take more damage, but also do more damage, based on the name. Oh, no, I am wrong. Attacks have a 5% chance to deal double damage. That is, like, 5% doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 1 out of 20. I mean, given how often we hit, that's a nice one. So, if I wanted to put that in somewhere... Probably here, although I do kind of think of this as being my archer outfit. See here. Let's... I really like that one, though. Gosh, I mean, that's the thing about a system like this. When you have something that you like... Let's put it in here. Boy. Mixing up, combining it with this. Bonus damage and then double on top of that? That sounds really, really good. Okay, let's put that one in there. And then we also have a point to spend. So, where do we want to spend the point? Perfect parries recover a small amount of health. If I was better at perfect parries, I'd be more excited about that. Parry incoming projectiles. I've been a little bit dismissive about that, but I actually do like it in concept. Charge into enemies while sprinting to knock them backwards. The only issue is, will I remember to do that? Because knocking guys off of cliffs and roofs is 100% my jam when I'm allowed to do it. An evasive strike useful against slow-moving enemies. I kind of want that, except I'm not 100% sure how it's different from what we already have. And then, is there anything else that is good for our survivability? Not bad. And then under Ghost... Recover a moderate amount of health. Okay, so this would take 3. Save yourself from defeat when wounded. Well, I need 3 resolve for that. We've only got the 1, and I'm not saving up for it. Safe landing, also not a small thing. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take... Let's take shoulder charge. That one seems like a good time all around. So now I'll be able to shoulder bash guys. Lady Masako and I are on the hunt for Headman Sadao, one of the conspirators behind her family's murder. To track him down, Lady Masako asked me to speak with a monk who may know where we can find him. That will go over to the map. Apparently that's where they are. Now, this is beckoning. Oh, a gift altar. I may have forgotten to get that on our last visit. So what we're going to do is set a path there, but then we're going to head a little bit due west first.
I'll trade you for anything.
Just get a sense that we're headed in the right direction. Yeah, more or less this way. We'll follow the path up and over. We will grab the gift, because the gift is going to be, I suspect, a large supply of crafting materials, supplies, and so forth. That'll be very helpful for hopefully upgrading the sword again. I'd love to be able to do that. Or even for the first time. I don't actually remember how we're doing on sword upgrades. Oh, they are... Hold on, they're running away. And they left something here. Some supplies. Can I find them? Because that seems pretty dirty. Oh, they may have scattered. We may have encountered Japanese Robin Hood. They're just gone. So we are looking for the gift vendor. The gifts in this game remind me of, and this is in no way a spoiler, the treasure caches that you would find in Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, yeah, like right there, we can do a Traveler's Attire upgrade. In Horizon Zero Dawn, they had almost like loot boxes, except not, because there was absolutely no option to purchase them with either in-game or real-world currency. And yet every once in a while, just sort of exploring the world, Aloy would come up with a treasure chest. And, like, the game didn't even do a very good job of surfacing this. Like, hey, you've got a bonus in your inventory that you can open up, and it's free, and it's awesome, and that's a little bit what some of the things in this game remind me of. Just sort of like an extra, like, hey, congratulations. We hope you like the game.
Do you know the tale of Tadayori, my lord?
I know his name, but I've not heard of his exploits.
It's long believed the Ama Tadayori war granted him great power, that it would be disastrous should it fall into the wrong hands.
Then I can't let that happen. I'd like to hear more of this story, and this armor.
The musician Yamato may be able to help. He told me the legend in Azamo, near the river that separates it from Sutsu.
That feels... I always go out too far. That's comparatively far away. Also, by the way, I have a theory about Komatsu Forge. If you saw the previous episode, we went there and wandered around for a little bit. Found a lot of supplies and crafting materials, but nobody else. Here's my prediction. Once we clear out all the other enemy camps in this zone around Komatsu, then that'll be like to liberate the region. Like that'll be the stronghold that we'll have to infiltrate because all the Mongolian troops will fall back. That is very much a blind guess. So if it turns out to be correct, that's just because I feel like we've seen elements of how this game progresses, but mostly it is the tone, the flavor, the storytelling. Somebody sent a private message just marveling at the fact that there's full lip syncing for both American English rather and Japanese voice acting, which is a really, really nice touch. Before I talk to you, where do we think the gift vendor is?
Allow me to strengthen your armor.
There's the swordsmith. There she is. Or I guess not a person. Yeah, 100 supplies right there. So now we can upgrade our traveling armor or our katana. I think between the two. Hello to Azaric. Azaric, I hope you're having a great Thursday. Today was a long Thursday for me, but in a good and productive way. So it all works out. Oh, that's right, I got this and then didn't wind up using it. Yeah, purple and black. Let's go with our Lex Luthor colors. And on that note, you know something? Let's maybe switch out our outfit here. So let's consider, if we upgrade this, it's going to... Traveling clears 20% more Fog of War on the map. That's good. Like, I want that, and we want to pick that up early. But is it as critical as upgrading the damage on our katana? It just isn't, unfortunately. So we're not going to go with that just yet. We're going to go grab the other one. And did I need anything else in here? I kind of feel like I didn't. All right, so we want to go to the swordsmith.
I can help improve your blades, my lord.
Yeah, look at how much more damage. I mean, just any amount more, I think, is super important. We want to be as survivable as possible, and part of that is putting down enemies as swiftly as we can. So we are going to go with that. And then I suspect that upgrading the armor will be our next...
Apologies.
Our next target.
We have what we need to do the work.
As we're saying, Thursday wasn't bad at all. Made it home from work now to enjoy the evening. Fantastic. Hopefully you'll get a chance to stream a little bit later. We'd love to see you on. I think that's everything I had to do at this time. Yep, there's the Adachi estate. And yeah, let's just go ahead and ride over because we can By the way, can you imagine that soon, someday soon, this game is not going to look very good? Maybe not that soon, but like the way that graphics work, the way that this industry works, as amazing as this looks in the year 2020, in 2023, there'll be something that comes out that then we'll go back to this and say, man, remember when this looked like this was like the pinnacle of graphics? And it's shocking to think of that because this game is so gorgeous right now. But you look back at games that came out, you know, 4 or 5 years earlier than this sentence, and they looked amazing at their time. I submit that the following games still look really, really good. The Witcher 3, which I think is rumored to be getting an RTX patch to make it, you know, to take advantage of some of the new consoles. It will be very challenging to avoid the desire to do a full on-stream playthrough. That was a wonderful jump. Whoa, okay. Wait, but I want the boars. I just don't want my horse to get hurt while I hunt them. Don't run. Oh, crap. I can't kill you when you run. Oh, I forgot that he... Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, see, I'm terrible. I can hit a moving target so long as it is coming directly at me. Ricardinho, oh my goodness, thank you so much for the resubscription. Gear updated. I can get 3 more gears. Okay, so I can get flaming arrow capacity. Or can I get another arrow capacity? No, I can't. I can do flaming arrow, kunai, or smoke bomb. Of the set, we can only carry 1 smoke bomb, so I'm highly motivated to upgrade that one if we can. Yep, I have exactly 10. Ricardo says that he has 43,000 channel points just to make you do something. Where the personalized channel points, Angel. So that has been a point of some frustration because I do want to do something fun, but it's also challenging to think of something that is as cool and inventive as what More Than a Mia has, where you can have her speak with accents or sing for a while, and I feel like I just wouldn't be as much fun with that. But on that note, I did want to call out the fact that Ricardinho in a stream yesterday said just about the nicest thing that we've had anybody say about this channel so far, and I really mean it. Ricardinho was streaming some Watch Dogs 2, which is a wonderful game, and if anybody here has not had the pleasure, you can check him out at this time at, I'm going to spell the whole thing out, it's going to take a second, RICARDINHO, then JUSTVIBING. Ricardinho Just Vibing is a wonderful friend of the channel. He's been here for a long time. He also did a great video a while back for a hold on a second. Sort of a Star Wars themed video about sort of a break that he had taken from a community that he was part of, and then sort of the coming back after taking a break for... I don't want to speak for him. I don't want to mischaracterize what's in the video, but it was very, very well done. A lot of like neat Star Wars references and stuff. Who was seeing me? Maybe in that structure? Well, there's a fox over there. I think that's a fox. In any event, Ricardinho said something wonderfully nice during his Watch Dogs 2 stream yesterday, which was, he said that he was just sort of starting to stream based on recommendations from our channel and twitch.tv/morethanamia. And anyone who elected to start streaming because of our... What is happening here? Are we supposed to be helping these people? The idea that anybody would start streaming on our recommendation means so much, because there's several things that this channel means to... it's not going to work. there's several things that this channel means to us, and one of them is the idea of building a community and inspiring others. Crap. Oh, he saw me. I don't think he knows where I am yet. Or maybe he does? Is he in... Okay, there's a bird there, willing to lead us someplace, I assume. Now, he got a lot of blow out of that horn. I don't know...
Save me!
I'm working on it.
Hold still.
My lord, the Mongols have taken Ogawa Dojo.
I trained there years ago. Spent a summer sparring with a young samurai of Clan Nago.
What if the Mongols learn our combat techniques?
They'll need more than a few weeks to do that. I'll stop them before then.
Okay, that's a new lead. And one that sounds relatively urgent and is dead in the opposite direction of where we're headed. Yet I kind of want to go do that one. Plus we get a free technique point and plus 2 gold, which means something. I think we're going to go do that. But before we go, let's see if there's any lootable around here. Yeah, oh, and by the way, he who dies says kill them all, which means a lot from he who dies. I mean, normally he's the one who's willing to throw himself in the sword to save others, but in this case, he's like, oh no, time for all of them to die. You know that old sitcom trope of person A introduces person B to something that they care about and have like a hobby that means a lot to them and they've worked hard to get good at it, and person B comes in and is just naturally great at it in a way that maybe even they take it for granted, and then person A gets all like, takes a lot of umbrage and gets all upset, like, how dare they be good at the thing that I've worked for years on. Believe me, nothing would make us happier here than to see someone who watched this stream and says, hey, this looks like a lot of fun, I bet that I could do this too, to go on and find fantastic success at it. And I love the idea that Ricardinho or like, we talked a lot to Mia about the desire, like, hey, Mia, you should really start it. You should really start it. Make no mistake. Mia will soon have more followers on her channel than we have on ours, and we will have a huge celebration over it, because she deserves it, as does Ricardinho, as does so many other people who have stopped by, and only need that one little push to say, yeah, why not press the button and start streaming? I love it. I love it when people give it a shot and start streaming. I don't think there's anything up on this roof, but if you let me climb on something, I'm going to try it. I think we're good, though. Okay. Is there anything else in this little homestead that we want to find? See, sometimes I can't tell if, like, this is a thing. Nope, it's just a random shield. Okay, let's go to that dojo and stop those, stop the Mongols. He who dies says he's already dead, can't die again. I say, don't tempt fate. Let's not try and find out. Also, so we're seriously though, so like, I don't want to get overly grim here, but as of this week, Sunny Panda is not streaming at this time. And on the off chance that he ever sees this, or hears about it, I want to reiterate the fact that no matter when it is that Div starts streaming again, we will be there, and so will his whole community. We look forward to Sunny Panda streams anytime we can possibly catch them, and whatever it is that he decides to return to stream, whatever game it is, I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So I just wanted to take a moment because he's been he's been away dealing with an injury, and I just want him to I want him to really feel that he has the ability to take the time that he needs, and when he's ready to come back, that he can come back 100% and just enjoy it. Just have fun. Streaming has to be fun. It has to be a good time, and I want him to I don't want it to reach a point where he or anybody feels uncomfortable coming back because they've been away for a while. I am looking forward to his return and cannot wait for the opportunity to spend some more time with him. And that's it. Outside of that, like, nothing I've said there hasn't been something that hasn't been posted on Twitter, but we still want to be respectful of his time and privacy. So that is all we'll say on it. I'm not sure I can hit shield guy in the back of the head, but okay, so I gotta... Oops. I didn't actually mean to do that, but I will take the benefits of having done it. I actually meant to practice my blocking. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, and hello to Drienne. I'm so sorry if I missed when you came in earlier. And he says, it's like we said the other day, streaming is fun, but real life comes first. Always and forever. Maybe I'm projecting the, I don't want to say pressure, but like responsibility that we feel here to, you know, to provide a steady stream of content for people like Ricardnio and so many others who have elected to support us with subscriptions, and others that will, like, you know, donate in other ways, or even just participating in the chat. We want to make sure that your faith, your investment feels rewarding. So we want to make sure that there's a steady supply. But on the day that our real lives come up and we're not able to be there, we know that our audience will understand, just as Div's audience understands. Okay, it is possible we are not ready for this fight, but we're going to give it a shot. Now, in a perfect world, we're going to find a way up onto the wall here. Yes, I do see that sentry there. I hope I have an arrow to take care of him. We have Tracker Firefly that's buzzing about. Are those war dogs? What are these? I honestly don't know. And we're not going to be able to find out until we can have a frank exchange of ideas with this fellow. Don't fall. Okay, good. As long as his body's up there, no one's going to notice. Now, that gentleman there, I think that we can get as well. I'm worried about those. Those are either friendly pets or vicious attack dogs. And given what we know about these invaders, I'm betting the latter. Yep. I don't even know what it is. Okay, it's like a dog. It's similar to what a dog is, but I can't. I'm just unfamiliar with the breed. Maybe that's it. In fact, that is it. Okay, Mongol artifacts. Let's learn about the Mongolians. Oh, here we go. A Bankar dog. Yep, there it is. Oh, it looks so friendly in the, when it's just a character model. Often used by nomadic herders to protect their livestock, the Bankar was first bred as a working dog in Mongolia. With the expansion of the empire, the breed is used on the battlefield to sniff out and attack nearby enemies. It's actually a really cool looking dog. You know what? It looks like one of those dogs that has hair instead of fur, so they don't shed as often. But that's based purely on appearance and is probably incorrect. He who said something very, very nice, he said that's one of the reasons this channel is in the top 3 faves, because he's interacting with not a character, but a person. Which is, to us at least, important. Like, Twitch is full of characters, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But also, all of those characters are human beings underneath. And it can be easy for people to forget that. People with the best of intentions to forget that, you know, when you're watching someone who is bright and happy and energetic, they, like all of us, get tired, get hungry, get stressed, get bad news in their lives. And it's when those things happen that your support can mean the most. And they should have the freedom and the ability to connect with their audience. Can I put this up? Oh, God. Why don't more games let you pick up the ladders? I really want to get on the roof. So there is a big element here of, like, I'm just a regular person. Both of us are. And we want to, among other things, demonstrate that games are for everyone. There is no barrier to entry. There's no gatekeeper. You can be as good or as new to a game as you like and jump in and just check it out. Okay, so now we can get up on the roof. They forgot about this big fallen tree. They did not forget to put a sentry here. They just forgot to tell him which way to face. Okay. I want to check this out, just in case this fellow has... Can I jump onto the ladder? Yes, you can! That's awesome! Yes, perfect. Arrows. All right. Firefly really wants my attention. We're gonna have to remember to find out what it wants later, because I am not going to spend time with Firefly right now. This, the movement in this game feels a lot like a refinement of what we got in... Oh boy. I did not mean to fall. It feels like a refinement of the Injustice games, which I still have not talked about, despite the fact that they are from the same developer and very worthy of conversation. This feels like the longest stealth streak that we've gone on without Jin expressing lament for how effective it is to stab people in the kidney instead of in the throat. Okay, we've got 2 guys over there. Like, this is why I'm being quiet. Like, there's a million guys in here. More Than Mia says, Bonkar dog, Tiberian, Mastiff, double long coat, guardian type. Adrian says that they find streamers through games they love, but stay for the streamers that are genuine. Same here. We check out a lot of streamers that we don't wind up sticking around for, and rarely talk about it just because, you know, like everybody who's out there who has an audience is, you know, there for somebody, right? They don't need me bagging on them when they're not here. Not everything is for everybody. This Firefly really wants my attention. Dad, 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 Dad. Hey, Dad, Dad, Dad. Hey, Dad, over here. Dad, 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 Dad. Oh. Okay. Where are you going, sir? Okay, fine, Firefly. Jesus. Yes, it's a flag. Thank you. There's a person right outside. Can I stab him through the thing? Let me stab him through the door. So if I open this, though, I'm gonna, like, shoot past him. Oh, I wanna. Can you shoot him through the door? Hold on a second. Can you do this? Can you do this? No! Crap! I really wanted to shoot through the paper. Can I get out of here before they know that I'm here? Okay. They know something's up. I'm trying to get around the corner. And now I'm being seen by that guy, so we're gonna do it live! Oh boy. I think it's, okay. Once again, not the button I meant to push, but... Hold on. Did everybody see the archer shoot his buddy? Oh boy. We really need like a throw down meat for dogs, because as much as I like killing violent invaders, the erstwhile pets that they brought with them, not necessarily my favorite things to kill. Oh boy. Okay. I'm not going to survive this. Hey, remember the part of this quest that was stealthy and went really well? Okay, sorry, puppy. Not that sorry, though. I think I just blew all my slow-mo juice, too. Is that it? Was that panicked, whackety sacks assault actually successful? We killed them all. Oh my god, I think we did. Okay, do I need to heal up? I do, and now we'll get a moon back. Yeah, mostly the just the sentence about, you know, sometimes there's streamers that just aren't for you, is mostly just to help indicate that we don't just like plug for absolutely everybody on Twitch. Sometimes with the list of people that we want to call out, it can feel that way, but in fact, you know, we go for the streamers that we really like and the content that we really like. In any event, Conversations with the Khan 2. Tonight, while we sampled a variety of fine sakis, Khotun Khan shared his insights into Tsushima politics and history. We discussed at length the internal rivalries of the Nagaos, tensions between the Adachi and Kikuchi, and the reasons for Shimura's victory over the Yarikawa, as if he's lived among us for decades. Later, he confided his personal stake here. After the conquest of Goryeo, Khotun had been entrusted by Kublai Khan with subduing Japan. If he is successful, it will make his name, and allow him to vie for the title of Great Khan himself. I did not dare ask him if he meant to overthrow his cousin Kublai, but I believe that was his insinuation. The thing I like about Khotun Khan, from what we've seen so far, is that he's very calm, he's very well-spoken, and he's very smart. I frankly really liked the line where he said, while you were all like meditating and whatnot. I forget the exact line, but I was learning. I was learning about your land, your villages, your customs, which villages to conquer and which ones to burn. He seems remarkably well suited for his role in history. Sometimes we see people say, like, sympathetic villains are the most interesting. I would push back slightly to say, I think that what makes an interesting villain is an interesting villain. Having a villain for whom you feel sympathy is one way to achieve that, but it's not the only way. A villain who's simply very mysterious, a villain who's working towards ends that take a while to unravel. Those are also ways to achieve it. And in the case of this guy, in a sense, he's a big mustache-twirling villain. He clearly really enjoys what he does for a living, but he does so in a way that is thoughtful. He's brutal, but brutal with a point to it. Very different from how I would want to comport myself, but it works for him. Yeah, we are still... I'm sort of working the perimeter and trying to make sure... Yep, see, anytime... Now we have time to follow Firefly around. There he is. Can't climb bushes. You'll notice that I don't hold options for details on the Sashimoto banners because, as far as I can tell, it's just like, hey, you got a banner. There's no further description to it. I do wonder, so I tried to shoot through the... I'm calling this paper, by the way. Does anybody know what goes over that? It feels like it's paper, but it might... here's the thing. I'm sure it's not actually literally paper. I just don't know what it is. Also, here's sort of a cultural question, if anybody happens to know the answer in chat or in watching this in the future. Why are Japanese homes, at least in this era, built slightly off the ground? Is that like a... You know, there would be like heavy rains from time to time and it helped to stop them from getting flooded? Or is it because it allowed air to flow underneath the home and therefore it was cooler inside during the summer? I'm just curious what the, what the thought process was to it, because it seems like it is challenging to, you know, get a house that's balanced and stable and a few inches up off the ground. All right, so we've checked these hut tents. Let's check the map also, because I think we're done here. Did we do it? Apparently not. It's not marked as being done. What do you think? What do you think we have to do? Oh, destroy the black powder cache. It's actually telling me on the screen right now. Let's see if there's any... Oh, yeah, we have to get these people out of here, if they're still alive. The thing about dead bodies in cages is that it doesn't make a lot of sense for the Mongolians to have killed them and then thrown the corpses into cages. So it feels a lot like they were thrown in here and left to starve to death. The other possibility, by the way, is that these people were all alive and I had an opportunity to save them. And while I was running around like Elmer Fudd over there, like a Mongolian soldier came over here and killed them all. And I didn't know it. We'll have to watch that in future locations. Okay, so there's the black powder cache. I don't think this is going to, like, blow up the compound. It's just, I feel like once I do this, we'll go. Do you think there's anything else in the area to... Okay, let me rephrase. There's 1,000% more stuff in the area to find. I just don't know what I haven't checked at this point. This giant flashing steel. It's one indication, though. All right, we're good, though? Feels okay? Yeah. Are we gonna have a prey situation? Like, I can get away from this before it blows up, right? Okay. Okay, so I really, really need to stop blocking the red attack that I know I can't block. I really want to... Okay, so just so you guys know, I cannot kunai this guy, which is good, I suppose. We don't want to make it too easy. Might want to make it sporting, though. Chivalry's making a very good point. I forgot my armor again. Then again, well, okay, there's a separation between forgot the armor, which I did, versus I did not know that this man was going to show up and object to my killing everybody that he knew. Okay, still can't. So, I might choose to grind on this guy for a little bit, because I need to get better about, like, I can block that, but when it turns red, I need to develop that reflex to dodge it, because I need to learn these things now. Yep, see? Flash red, and I just missed it. So what I need to do, and I don't want to say that dying there was intentional, but I need to develop that reflex in my head that when it flashes red, I can circle. Let's try this again. Okay, well, that made me look like I knew what I was doing, and in fact, I really need to practice the dodge. Hold on, our legend is growing, but I want to read Drien's comment. Thank God. Drin saying, they never expected to hear Angel say that he was going to grind on any guy in a stream that wasn't Judgment. If anybody is curious to see Judgment, we have a full playthrough up in our archive. The whole game, and most of the side quests, not every single one. Oh, look at this. Life is returning to the dojo. And a new ghost weapon is available. Hold on. So now we have access... Okay, it is expecting me to take one of these, so I will. So what are our options? Black powder bomb, throw an explosive that damages and staggers nearby enemies. Now that seems like it might be good for a cluster at a distance specifically. This is 2 targets that you are actively engaged with. This is like, hey, there's 3 guys over there and I want to stagger all of them on my way into combat. This one here, sticky pitch bomb, pitch covered bomb that will stick to your enemy before exploding. That seems like it might be good for a heavily armored target. And then wind chime, throw a wind chime to attract an enemy's attention. This simultaneously sounds very useful, and also I question if I'm ever going to think to use it. But you know what? The only way to know is to pick it up. I'd rather have that one early.
Sounds. These chimes can be a distraction or lure.
Distraction or lure. And then this one is here. Throw a firecracker to draw multiple enemies to a location. Interesting. So... okay, yeah, look. Wind chime and firecrackers go to a different button. L2 and square for one and triangle for the other. And I still have... yeah, that was a free unlock. And now we still have a thing to do. Safe landing really does feel like a smart choice. What is this one here? Reduce concentration cooldown by 15%. You've seen how often I make use of that slow-mo move. Increase stagger damage against shieldmen from all water stance attacks. That's also really good. What are 2 new things that we picked up here? Delayed quick attack that inflicts extra melee attack, melee damage, and stagger damage. Hold and then release to strike. That seems real good. Perform a jumping strike from your horse to tackle your enemy and inflict stagger damage. That is low on the list. So I think... I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, but delayed strike seems like a lot of fun. I'm going to grab that one. Hold L2 and use D-pad to switch between your ranged weapons. Did I pick up a new ranged weapon? I can't move yet.
He was a samurai. Of course it was.
Oh yeah, wind chime is a ranged weapon, apparently. Okay, good to know. Let's try to make sure that we don't accidentally have wind chime engaged when we get into a combat situation. Okay, good that there's a merchant. Bad that he doesn't have anything for us. And then what is this? Oh, we can upgrade our something. Kind of want to do that before we go on our mission. Yeah, let's ride north. Maybe we'll find some flowers along the way. I don't know how to get out of here. Probably that big gate.
Quickly, Sora!
No, there's... Darn it. I don't remember how to get out of here. Sorry, sir. Alright, we'll go through the broken gate here. I think Sora can get out of here.
Family from out there who fled here.
We talked in an earlier episode about the forthcoming launch of the PlayStation 5, and yeah, mostly I'm glad. I hope that the people who really want one are able to get one, because like for me it really is like if we get it in, you know, a month, 2 months, you know, after the new year, I think it's going to be fine. I don't see a lot. Like, here's what we would do with a PlayStation 5 here: play games like this, play PlayStation 4 games at like a higher frame rate and stuff. And I gotta say, I'm really enjoying this as it is. Oh, we gotta stand off this guy. But I hope that the people who are like really excited for like the next Call of Duty or whatever, I hope that they're the ones that get to get in there and get the game that they're looking forward to. Most of them doing this to recover all of our lost moons. We've now successfully done. Oh. So I keep like jamming the wrong button when it comes to switching stances. It's R2 for stance. Yeah. All right. And it looks like there's somebody either sad, entrapped, or... Yep. Let's go let her go. Hey, maybe she'll have another rumor. She'll fill out part of the map for us.
You're free. Find a safe place and stay there.
I won't get far, my lord. The Mongols hold the nearby road. They capture anyone who passes.
Let me worry about those Mongols. I'll make sure you're safe from them.
Yeah, fill in my map. I love the way that this game fills in the map that way. Although, in what way is that a nearby road? Look at the rumor she just gave us. There it is, the Tangled Crossroads. That's the nearby road to where we are. Nonetheless, the fact that items of interest, locations of interest, are filled in by talking with the people who live here, that is a super nice touch. Yeah, the launch of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, which remains the dumbest thing, like the dumbest branding since the Wii U. The launch of this particular console generation is the, when I say the least excited, I don't mean to sound like I'm like poo-pooing it. I'm looking forward to the launch of a new generation. But I remember when the GameCube was coming out, and I was so excited for that because Luigi's Mansion and Rogue Squadron looked so awesome. I was so excited to play those games, and you knew there was going to be a new Mario and a new Zelda on there. I remember when the Xbox 360 came out, I was really excited for that because at the time I thought that Cameo looked cool. Here's a... like, HDMI wasn't yet a standard, but the idea that here's a system that's just going to, like, support component cables natively, as did the GameCube, by the way, that was really exciting. The PlayStation 2 and Xbox generation, I grew to love, but actually wasn't that into it at the moment that they launched. I was very much a Nintendo 64 guy. Oh my god, you guys, the Nintendo 64... I was so excited for that one. And played the hell out of it. Like, people will tell you today, oh, the Nintendo 64 didn't have that many good games. All the great RPGs were on PlayStation. Okay, I don't know. I'm just letting you know I had a great time with that system. So, I want a better smoke bomb, or a second smoke bomb.
Worthy of a samurai.
I don't think I skinned nearly all of those dogs.
Until we next meet, my lord.
And rarely have I said that with the degree of regret that I feel at this moment. All right, let's talk with her.
We thought you dead, Lord Sakai. I think I saw Lady Masako riding for the beach at Komoda.
Her husband died there. And her sons.
I hear Mongols still hold the beach. I worry for her safety.
I worry more for what she'll do to them. But you're right. I shouldn't leave her alone.
He was noting that technology is almost at its peak for gaming. You won't see much changing other than trying to fit hardware into small boxes for consoles. Now it's all in the game and what you can do with it. Wait, this is different. Oh. Okay. This is targeted, this is labeled as a Masako tale. Do I need to do this before I go on with her main story, I wonder? Masako was seen riding at the battlefield of Komata Beach, a place of unfinished business for her and myself, but Mongols still hold the area. I'll see if I can find her. Like, I really don't want to traverse that amount of land right now. Like, I kind of want to focus on where we are, but I also don't want to pass on that story content. He who is saying, take consoles. First it was 8-bit, then 16-bit, 32, and then 64. It was always new tech and new things. Now it's just, can we make the light look real, make the hair move, make the world bigger and more alive? Which is its own challenge, isn't it? Hold on, let me see if we can get this stuff down here. Like, real-time physics continues to be a problem for games. We always see demos that do things like actual physics-based explosions, for example, where the explosion itself is dynamic and has unpredictable consequences on the area around it. And that's something that they've shown off dating back to, like, the PlayStation 3. I think that their first demo of Killzone 2 showed, like, physics-based explosions with, like, real-time lighting, and I don't think there is a single game on the PlayStation 3, including famously Killzone 2, that actually did that, because it was tremendously expensive in terms of the lighting and calculations and debris involved. In the PlayStation 4 era, we started getting big particle effects like we see here, all these blades of grass and petals and leaves that, you know, drift through the air, and you can see them land on the ground sometimes, and that is its own form of innovation. But, like, there's always room to grow, and one thing that I've learned just from, like, listening to gaming podcasts and people that have really focused in on the tech of gaming is that every time they looked at something and said, games will never look that good, they'll never be as good as this PlayStation 1 cutscene makes them look, now they look back on it and just like, it's such a joke, because actual games like this game, clearly, and everybody can see it, looks 1,000 times better than any PlayStation 1 cutscene. Yeah, let's stand off these guys. I want to practice my melee combat. We're good at, like, backstabbing. I want to get better at, like, front stabbing. Son of a bitch! So one of the troubles with practicing front stabbing is that I press the wrong button. That's the thing. I need to get to a point with this game where I'm not accidentally throwing knives and smoke bombs and sort of doing it on purpose. Also, how do I switch to my kunai? Like that. Okay. Oops. Ricardo says that he thinks one problem is that about high-end gaming and PC is so much better than a regular console, and that Sony and Microsoft can't release a console that competes with a 2K gaming PC, but is affordable for many people. Well, that is, like, let me lean in on that. That is the appeal of a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X. Allegedly, and we will find this out when the games come out, these consoles are designed with the ability to do real-time ray tracing. Who am I standoffing? Challenge me. Hold on a second. Real-time ray tracing at like the PlayStation 5 is $500. An RTX 3080, as of the time of this speech, is $700. So you're getting an all-inclusive machine. Hold on. Okay. You're getting a complete gaming platform for less than the cost of, you know, I mean, that's also, by the way, less than an RTX 2080, 2080 Ti, 2080 Super. I mean, a PlayStation 5 is incredibly affordable for someone who wants at least a taste of that technology, but doesn't have $2,500 to spend on a full-fledged gaming PC. So it's sort of that crowd that I'm thinking of when I say, like, I hope the folks that are really excited for because we've got a really good gaming PC. It actually cannot do ray tracing because we never invested in that. But again, who does he see to stand off with?
Send your best warrior.
Oh, that guy. Oh, their friend detects something's wrong. Okay, please have arrows or smoke bombs. I'll take either one. No? He who's noting the problem with consoles, in his personal opinion. Okay, do I need to heal? I don't think I do. Is that when devs work on projects, it's a limited scope. When everything gets put together inside a small box, you got limited power and airflow. They always limit the capabilities. I will say that there are a few developers that I think take their PC gaming and their PC ports very seriously. And, you know, Ubisoft has gotten themselves a lot of very well-deserved criticism. It is also true that in the world of PC... hold on, this bird is leading us somewhere. Presumably into this structure. Ubisoft takes their PC ports very seriously. And it's an attention to porting detail. Like, their frontline developers, their rank-and-file development teams are extremely good at what they do. And I can hope that we can look at a company like Ubisoft and separate their toxic, odious management practices from the individuals that code the levels and the animations and do the voice work and so forth. But they're an example of a company that when, you know, if Assassin's Creed Odyssey was compromised in any way because it was a console game that was also ported to PC, my time with it on PC did not betray that fact. And it's one of the reasons that I'm so excited for Valhalla. Excited that we won't be playing it right at launch, by the way. But to see what they're able to do on an expanded engine and with the expectation of, as he who says...
to find the monk in charge of this camp. He may be able to read the map I found on the traitor's brother.
A different generation of hardware consoles. Like, make no mistake, Valhalla is built for the PlayStation 5 and Series X. The fact that it's also being released on those earlier consoles, I'm sure the earlier version will be very good, but I think that it's going to show a new level of graphical and environmental fidelity. We're going to have this conversation and then check in on chat as we go. Hold on a second.
How good to see you.
My lord, don't go into the forest of Kashine. They're haunted by angry spirits. Dead samurai, eager to spill blood.
We're in the middle of a war. I doubt spirits are the cause of this.
People go into the woods and never come out. Mongol and Japanese alike. The bodies that turn up have all been killed by samurai blades.
Blades are needed by men, not spirits. I'll look into this.
Okay. The good news is, I mean, by good news, I mean, we really have done a good job of clearing out this area because a lot of the rumors are leading us very far away. Let's not forget things like this undiscovered location that's just due west of us. But we're not leaving until we talk with the monk.
Lord Sakai, how good to see you.
Junshi, I should have expected to find you here.
How may I serve you, my lord?
Do you know these lands well?
I set up all of these camps.
Does this map mean anything to you?
We give these to our wagon drivers who deliver food. They mark where the camps are so no one gets missed. Is that blood?
Do you see anything that isn't one of your camps?
I hear rumors of our own people killing each other in Ariake.
Traitors are preying on innocent people. They murdered the women and children of Clan Adachi. You can help bring them to justice.
This map shows Ariake's lighthouse. We have no camps there, but people have said bandits have taken it over.
Not bandits. Something worse.
Lady Masako has arrived. I think she prefers to speak with you.
Okay, so now she's here, and that's why I'm, like, nervous that we missed out on an opportunity to go do a different quest. Before I talk to her... Yeah, it might be because we're on a quest, but... Oh, no, she's right there. Okay, so hopefully we will get to check in with her a little bit later over there.
What have you learned?
The headman of Kuta village might be at the lighthouse.
Clan Adachi built that for Ariake. This traitor has no shame.
Sadao has men protecting him. There's no way they won't see us coming.
Good. I want to give that traitor just enough time to fear what's coming.
Let's go.
Are we really walking? Like, we got horses right here.
Why would Sadao betray you?
I accused him of stealing rice, starving our people to turn a profit.
You think he caused the rice shortages that hit Kuta?
I could never prove it, but it was such a disaster. I knew he was trying to hide something.
Bad men are good at hiding their true natures.
In this moment of silence, Drian is saying that they would want a good PC regardless of games. So why pay $500 extra when they can spend less than that on top of the computer cost to make it capable of playing those games?
The coward is hiding at the top. Sadao! I've come for your head!
Okay, well, I guess the stealthy route is out.
What's that? Had to be him. Stay alert.
Oh! I honestly thought that was Masako. Oh, God. Okay.
Get down!
Oh, I really want to throw him off the cliff. Yeah, I'll be right back with you boys. I just really need to, A, heal. Is Masako dead? Where did these guys come from? Ow. What are they doing? Are we done here? This has never happened before. We're done here, right? Like, we can stop now. Okay, but I'm gonna kill this guy. Okay, fine then. This is on purpose. Oh no! Oh, I done so middling up until then. Yeah, so to circle back to what Drian had said, that's the thing. The home PC is the thing that we use every single day. It is second only to the car in terms of, like, daily societal utility. Ow. Well, now I'm gonna stab this guy. Okay. Ah, there we go. Ow. Okay, but I really just want the archers because they're... Oh, God. So, for real, though, does anybody know where Masako took off to? See, I fell for this once before, guys. If you want to just take a knee, that's fine. You may not have watched previous episodes in the stream, but I have absolutely no interest in playing fair. Yeah, let's heal and then end. Oh. I probably could have healed all the way up, but it's fine. Okay, I don't see a Masako corpse. Nope, that's not her. Oh, she would have gone up there, wouldn't she have? I agree with everything Drian just said.
Hina! My brother!
Hold on.
They died because of you! You should have died with your family!
I'm...
I wish I had...
No.
Damn you.
You killed Sado. Masako.
He helped kill everyone I loved. And for what? To satisfy his pathetic hatred?
When the Mongols defeated the samurai, I wanted to die with them. I threw myself into a battle I knew I couldn't win. It was easier.
How do you survive?
I remember that I have people to protect, and the dead to avenge.
With Sadao dead, whoever is responsible will hear that I'm alive and hunting. They'll become afraid, make a mistake.
Just be careful, Masako.
You too. You are a part of this now.
We'll find the other traitors on that list. But first, we must save my uncle.
I'll be at Kaneda Farmstead when you need me.
Well, see, now we have to find out what the charm of ferocity is. Also, so here's a case, Chivalry, where I totally forgot to change armors. And I do want to circle back to what Markwak is, because Markwak has an answer to an earlier question that we want to check out. Moderate increase to melee damage. Well, moderate increase to melee damage is better than... I really, really, really want more charms. Arguably better than 5% chance to deal double damage, because 1 out of 20 strikes, that's nice. But moderate increase to all melee damage all of the time, I think that wins. Yeah, if I could make this 30 or 45% increase to Nokian reload speeds, I would just Legolas my way through this entire game. Okay, we got 5 of 12 arrows. Oh, wait. We didn't spend our technique point. And then I want to circle back to some of the other things. So, I think it's time for Stone Puncture. Battle your foes with 2 piercing strikes. You'll notice that I do the charge-up attack, especially against archers and stuff. And, I mean, why stab them through the neck once if you get a chance to do it twice? So, oh, we have a new gift available. A clan armor die, which we may or may not already have. I kind of want to switch out my colors. It's been a minute. Oh, there it is. Yeah, clan armor die. Or warrior's bounty. Well, we couldn't dress like that before. Kind of like the white, though. We haven't worn that at all. Let's go with this for now. Yeah, let's head there. Oh, wait, no, let's go south. So, is this a cleared area? Not complete. Hold on a second. We're not going anywhere if it's not complete. So, Markwak looked up the answer to the question. It's very interesting. From the Kids Web Japan, this style of house, specifically referring to the one with the raised floors, is said to have come to Japan from Southeast Asia, and this type of building was apparently used to store grain and other foods so they wouldn't spoil from heat and humidity. For me, it's interesting, like, I know at least a little bit about European history. Not very much, and you should not listen to me. But, like, it's interesting to me to look at, like, a similar, like Japanese history and to see where things were very different. Like, raised floors in a lot of their structures. Now, what I've seen in this game led me to believe that a lot of the homes were also raised up off the ground. But maybe I've been misinterpreting what we're seeing, or maybe it's maybe the style became popular and people wanted their homes up as well. Because I can think of a few different reasons why you might want that. It's just a lot of extra effort to put your house, you know, a foot or so up off the ground. What is this? Just a very fancy light, I guess. We rushed up earlier, and I don't know what has yet to be discovered here. Huh. Ignite lighthouse fire. Okay. probably more dramatic at night, but here we go. Oh, increase our legend by doing that. Drianna also noted something that Tashir Games has said, which is that Sony at this time gets no money from them because their games are exclusive to their hardware and are unavailable anyplace else. Now, there are a few rare exceptions like Horizon Zero Dawn, and I don't feel like I've seen Drianna play enough games in the open world genre to know for sure if they would like Horizon, but I mean, Horizon is such a... Okay, so I'm so concerned about overselling it or anything when I really like it. It's one of the reasons why I tend to clam up when I really do like something, and instead say, you should check it out for yourself. But nonetheless, I mean, Horizon is such a masterclass in open world design and... like so many of the mechanics that go into the game, and I enjoy it so much. This appears to be a survivor camp, but I'm just looking to trigger it. Here we go. And that was a Sony exclusive, which has recently come to PC. So it gives us hope that maybe they will start... Oh, hello. Okay. Okay. Alright, I think we gotta go take out Archer Friend. Oh no, don't die. Oh, I was just getting ready to throw more knives. The thing about the red glint, when they come in and, like it's an unblockable attack, it even makes a sound. There's an audio cue. It is something that I should be able to learn. I guess they're gone now, so we'll just follow our fox friend. Grin says that they do plan to play Horizon. However, it's not a priority because most people have seen it by now, and it's a little late Sony. I will say that I'm trying to follow the fox. Hold on a second. Do I get to pet the fox? Yep, there he is. The little tail hop. I really enjoy that. Okay, now... Oops. Yeah, there is a survivor camp here, but it doesn't have a guest house, a gift altar. Let's just fast travel to the gift altar so that we can pick that up. So here's my statement about Sony keeping their games exclusive to their consoles. I would also like them to come to PC. If, you know, I had the opportunity to play this right now on our PC at 60 frames per second as opposed to the 30 that it's currently running at, that would be great. I'd really enjoy that, and that would be where we're playing it, you know, instead of here. The thing is, Sony knows that, and they probably have watched what's happened with the Xbox One and the Xbox One X, where they cannibalize their own hardware sales by offering pretty much like name a game that's on the Xbox One or Xbox One X that isn't also on the PC, because I honestly don't know of any at all. And it's not just the things that I like to play.
Strong and secure.
Yes, so we're going to finally upgrade our traveler's attire. But here's the thing. I'm going to wait for it to load. So this is what we're wearing now. See, it's got like patchy shoulders and it looks a little bit threadbare. When we upgrade it, it's actually going to look nicer. Look at that. I think that's so cool. I'm such a fan of that.
This will keep you safe.
Visual representation of our advancement and progress through the game in the quality of clothing that we wear. It's one of my favorite things. Okay, and one of the reasons that we fast traveled here is I think we're going to head out this way. Is there anything else that we wanted in this area? Yeah, Lady Masako is gone now. So the next place we would go is south, and before we do that, I want to head out here. This was... Many believe in the Kashini Forest is haunted. Lately, people have been going into the woods and not coming out. I need to know why. Well, we are close to Halloween here in 2020, and I want to go check out some haunted Japanese woods. For me here, by a wide margin, the least interacted with console has been the Xbox One. Now, at first, that was because the Xbox One was a very bad machine. You know, again, it had some benefits for people who... I actually don't know how to answer that question, how to finish that sentence. I thought that the Xbox One, when it first came out, was an exceedingly bad machine. It was poorly engineered, it was underpowered compared to its competition, it was more expensive than its competition, and everything that it had on it was also available on the PC for less money, and it ran better. So... not a fan of the Xbox, and somebody's probably going to pick apart something that I just said there, which is fine. I'm not trying to engage in console wars, because when Microsoft saw the errors of their ways, stopped trying to be a television and multimedia producer, and rededicated the machine to being a gaming console with the Xbox One X, that is a very good machine. And it's significantly, I would suggest that it is more powerful and capable than the PlayStation 4 Pro, which we also have and are using right now, and does fit that slot where it's an inexpensive way into high-end, oftentimes 4K gaming. The Xbox One X is a very good machine. So that's where I fell on that. And yet, for reasons that I just stated, it's gone almost uninteracted with. It's a very, very good Blu-ray player, for example. But when I want to play a game that's available on the Xbox One X, I play it on PC, where it loads faster and runs better. Now, I could invest in the Xbox One X and put in like a solid-state hard drive and a couple other things to maybe close that gap, or, as Drienne said, spend that same amount of money, hold on, something's happening up here, to just upkeep a really good PC. Oh, no! Sora! I'm so sorry! Is everybody dead? Oh, nope, that man is not dead. I didn't mean to put away my sword, but... Okay, now we're gonna put away the sword. If any of these people had arrows, that'd be great. And sorry, just to finish up this whole thought process, I'm gonna go check out this fire over here. By contrast, when something comes out on Sony, like this, like Bloodborne, like, there was at least one Ratchet and Clank game in this generation. At least one. I think there were a couple. Until Dawn. Like, just yesterday, we were talking to Mia. Mia said, you know, hey, make a note of Until Dawn. I want to check that out. And we had to let her know, actually, that's a PS4 exclusive. that is extremely disappointing for people who want to play Until Dawn and don't want to invest $500 for the privilege. For the people who have a PlayStation 4, though, it's the reason that they have a PlayStation 4. It's a weird thing, and I don't want to be like I'm defending this style of exclusivity as a good, like it's very anti-consumer, and yet I can also understand why it is. Oh God, why do I push it so low? If it were me, we have a quick moment before we're doing this. If it were me, the calculation I would make at Sony as we can make a lot more money off our games if we put them out on multiple platforms.
Somewhere safe?
I think so, my lord. But the Mongols are watching from the crossroads above the river. Anyone traveling north from Azumo is in danger.
I'll see to the Mongols.
All right, I'm going to open up the map, but I suspect that what this person is talking about is not close to where we are. Yeah, that's in the opposite direction of where we're headed. Yeah, the calculation I would make is, what is the value of keeping things, exclusive to our hardware if we're usually selling the hardware at a loss in order to, like, it's a loss leader to then sell all the games? Why not replace that loss leader with... Are these pigs? What are these animals up here, these white animals? They sure look like pigs. Oh no, keep looking in the straight line. Hopefully there's not an achievement for wind chime upgrade. Oh, maybe I can still get that pig. Yeah, there's a separation between saying I understand the decision that they're making versus it is the decision that I would make. What do you think is the wind chime upgrade that we can get from a trapper? More wind chimes, I assume? All right, let's go check out this haunted forest. Confuse Hypnos. By the way, I saw Confuse Hypnos's comment and then didn't call it out just because I got distracted by what I was saying. So I apologize if you're welcome, and if you're new to the channel, sometimes I'll I'm still reading chat and then sort of circle back around to things that people say. For example, 60 frames per second is coming to PS5 for GOT. In this case is probably Ghost of Tsushima. Whenever I see it, it says GOT, and yet in my head it's still God of War, which would be GOW. But yes, yeah, this game, when played on PlayStation 5, I think day and date of release will be at 60 frames per second. And it's one of the reasons that we, when that news broke, there was some conversation about, do we want to just wait and play it on PlayStation 5? And then the answer was no, because I really wanted to play the game. We're going to follow this yellow bird, find out where it lives, because usually yellow birds lead us to something good.
Stay away, my lord. The spirits of vengeful samurai haunt this forest.
Why are you spouting nonsense?
It's true. This was once a place of refuge. Now, all who enter the forest are never seen again.
We're at war. People go missing.
But even the Mongols fear this place.
Wait until nightfall, my lord. That's when death stalks the forest.
After tonight, you won't need to spin tales of murderous spirits.
I pray you are right, my lord.
I cannot get over how good this game looks. Search for spirits in the forest. Okay. That just this way? Like, I just walk towards trees at this point. Part of me wants to follow the lights, but then again, if I was a spirit, I wouldn't hang out next to all the lights. Make me very easy to see. Hey, ghosts! I'm stealing all your wood. Or bamboo. You weren't using that for anything, right? Actually, I should be very careful about antagonizing Japanese ghosts. They're absolutely terrifying.
A cut made by a fine blade, with unskilled hands. Murdered. The tales aren't completely false.
I'm going to keep my finger on my block button, which means that there's a 50% chance that it's on the throw knives button instead. You know something? This was right next to a lantern, I think. Maybe I should be following the lanterns. Hey, Fox, you should probably know that I'm hunting a murderous ghost. So if you wanted to reconnect after this, no hard feelings. Confused Hypno says, honest thoughts about the game. I think it's awesome. Like, I'm really, really enjoying it. This game is, like, a friend of ours at twitch.tv/Patikan described it as being a Japanese-themed Assassin's Creed game. And although, like, I can see where the differences are, it's an apt comparison and a very positive one, because we love Assassin's Creed games here.
Decapitated, as if the killer were imitating tales of samurai vengeance. There was someone else here. Maybe they got away.
Oh boy. So I don't know how much this comes across on stream, but when you get hit by a dog, there's a like 1 to 2 second recovery animation, during which time he can't seem to roll or dodge or anything else. So anytime I take a hit from a dog and there's like a weird pause in any sort of reaction, that's where that's coming from.
Decapitated. Looks like he was trying to get away from someone.
Confused Hypno says that they've put about 50 hours in and a lot of his friends are saying it's boring. Really? Okay. Especially the combat. When I hit a perfect parry, it's honestly very rewarding. Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think we've seen any of those in this episode. But yeah, when you nail that perfect parry, you feel like a boss right then in that moment. Okay, so I guess we'll head over here. I sure am glad that the ghost lit all these lanterns.
Someone lived here.
Well, lived is in the past tense, so we're going to take everything they own. Yagata Forest has stood long before me and will stand long after I'm gone. The legend says that every tree is the spirit of a samurai who fell protecting the island. Are these the whispers I hear? Are they crying out in pain, begging for us to repay them for their sacrifice? Or are they trying to warn us of something and protect us even now? Light lanterns. Here's our daily tasks. Okay, somebody was actually doing this. I really like it when games like this like acknowledge the fact that somebody had to go around and like maintain all of this. Repair the shrine, make an offering to the kami, ignore the voices, ignore the voices, ignore the voices. So, pending additional information, it feels a lot like somebody here was living with psychosis.
The caretaker heard strange noises at night. Then he went missing.
It could also just be people out in the night. I've grown weary. Night after night, I hear their voices. Sometimes the whispers seem to come on the winds from afar and barely reach my ears before they fade away. Other times they assault me and wake me from my dreams as my heart pounds and every breath feels like a weight sits heavy on my chest. Tonight I'll stay awake. I'll follow the whispers. I'll find out what they wish to tell me. Teflon was saying, I love how you were talking about the Ubisoft ports, and I worked on Far Cry 4 QA, and that game crashed so fucking much on PS4 while in development. Your work, like, QA is a grossly underappreciated aspect of game development, and I cannot speak for the PlayStation 4 version, but Far Cry 4 ran like a champ on PC. Like, whether that was your team or a different team that was dedicated to the PC port, the effort that's put in ultimately pays off. And that's what I appreciate. Like, I feel like when I buy a Ubisoft game, if it's not quite where it needs to be when it's launched, it gets there. I think I did this backwards. Yep. Okay. So I followed the lanterns in the wrong direction. So here's the house. We're probably supposed to find the house first. I'm going to go continue down in this way. There's some other... yeah, other lanterns down here. As far as I understand it, and he may have like jumped career tracks at some point, but Brandon Kikowski-Chanel over at twitch.tv/Mr. Binky also works in QA for the company that he does. And I think that he's worked for a few different companies. And it is such a critically important part of any sort of development cycle. And I feel like is not nearly given the respect that it deserves. Because without the folks to hammer on something and try various ways to break it, you know, when it releases out into the wild, it's just gonna be broken for everybody. I'm slightly concerned that I have no idea where I'm going. Same thing, by the way, for voice actors, for music composers, for illustrators, animators, texture design artists. Like, this game was... whoops. Okay. This game was helmed by a game director and a studio head and others that sort of helped to steer the ship. But the ship itself was crewed by hundreds of other people that worked for a very, very long time to bring it to life. And I would like to see game how to phrase this. I'd like to see games be recognized more as the production of a large group of people as opposed to individuals.
Someone must be there.
Or companies. You know, Telltale games were not made by Telltale. Telltale employed the people that made them, and those people still exist and have gone on to other things.
This was recent. The killer must be close.
Not sure I'm gonna do well against the guy who apparently lops off heads of people so quickly that they just fall back onto their beds. Investigate the campsite. I've failed to notice something.
Someone ran this way.
Yeah, I think, like, Confused Hypnos had asked for, like, thoughts on the game so far. I do feel like Japanese or
staged to scare people away.
samurai-themed Assassin's Creed is way too reductive. Like, there's a lot more going on in this game than just that. But in terms of, like, an elevator pitch for... Hold on.
We'll have the forest to ourselves as long as we like.
Right? Even the Mongols.
All to ourselves.
Who do we got? 3? Looks like just 3.
He's still around. Where? No!
Butchers!
Tale is true. The samurai spirit. Buddha, protect me.
Wait. Decide the bandit's fate. I guess I just did? I'm not a big fan of attacking people who are surrendering.
The forest is safe. That should give the man by the road a new tale to tell.
At the same time, that guy killed a lot of people, and I kind of feel like I should have made sure he doesn't get an opportunity to do it again. This doesn't feel like a world that values mercy. But I guess the only way to find out is to show it from time to time and find out what happens. Alright, we're good here, it looks like. Yeah, Hypnos, if you're interested, we will be doing a full playthrough of this game. I mean, short of like a complete failure of the PlayStation 4 or something, I cannot envision a scenario in which we are not playing this all the way through to credits. So if you care to stay abreast, we will be archiving every episode into a big collection. We'd love to see you come on back in the future as well. See if there's anything on here. Just a big old corpse wagon. I really should have killed that guy. But wait, these guys are dressed in Mongolian gear, aren't they? No, they're not. They're dressed as samurai. I think. Fuck, I really should have killed that guy. Like, just this, the fact that you're guided in the game by the wind, not by a HUD marker. Like, that's something that I would love for the folks at Ubisoft to look at and say, what are some ways that we can bake in our waypoint finding in a way that feels more integral to the world? Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for the follow, Hypnos. Oh, yes, it actually, Streamlabs did call that out as well. Thank you very much for letting me know, though.
My lord.
I did not see it.
Survived the night.
And you have a new tale to tell. Murderous bandits once made the sacred forest their home, but the spirits of the samurai who protect these woods were angered. The last warrior of Clan Sakai heard their anguished howls.
He rid the forest of the killers, and the spirits of the fallen samurai were grateful. A good story. As if the samurai spirits summoned you here to save their forest.
Oh, we're so close. We're so close to that next point. Dual Destruction 1. That's a duplicate, isn't it? It is, which means that we can now slot in 2. So here's the question. So here's like, and I am open to spoilers on this as long as they're carefully worded. Here is my question. Does Charm of Dual Destruction 1 stack with Charm of Dual Destruction 1? And if so, how? Is it that you then get a... So if each one is a 5% chance to deal double damage, does slotting both of them give you a 10% chance? Or is there no stacking at all and it's just a wasted slot? Oh, and by the way, so Hypnos is saying that it's 4 a.m. for them right now. They were looking for a chill stream to put on in the background during some math homework, but can't help but love our views on games as a whole. I really appreciate that, because one thing I want to be very careful about in talking about consoles and PCs, you know, I'm not, like, you're not going to hear a lot of console warrior here. I think that the Xbox and the PlayStation and the PC all have pros and cons, and I think that to try to like elevate one above the others is generally ill-advised. I think that the original release of the Xbox One is an exception, because I think that that was objectively a poorly positioned system when it first came out. But that is recovering. Okay, thank you very much to Hypnos, who says a quick Google search says that charms do stack. I really want more slots, because if we get both of those, 1 out of 10 attacks doing double damage, that's getting into a little bit overpowered. It never occurred to me that those things would be duplicated. So, we are pretty far to the west, and we're almost close enough that we can go visit Masako. I kind of want to do that, because I feel like this is the point in the story when if she made a pilgrimage to the site of that battle, it might be a good opportunity for Jin to interact with her.
Can't give up yet, boy.
Devin the Nugget is asking if this is a cult. Well, I hope not. Cults tend to engage in a lot of mind control, or I feel like mind control is a little bit open. Hopefully more of a discussion forum. And enjoying a cool adventure through a fun game. Otherwise, hello to Devin. I hope you're having a great Thursday. Every time I do a combat now, and this is in no way a criticism, it is actually a thing. It occurs to me afterwards that, like, oh boy, I bet Chivalry thought that I should have put on my armor. And he's right. He's right every time. It's not part of my... What the hell? It's a bear, and it is mauling the shit out of these guys. Did you see it throw that guy like 30 feet? If I didn't need predator hides, I would tell stories about this guy later on. But unfortunately... So I want to stand off against these guys, but we also really need those hides. I want to make sure that we don't overlook them. Okay, let's hit it.
Who will face me first?
Chicken tenders or nuggets? Tenders. 100%. I like nuggets, but tenders are larger and they have more meat and they are equally good. And usually in my view, made of superior quality chicken. I can't believe we didn't get that point. I also can't believe that Jin doesn't slice his arm off when he wipes his blade down on the crook of his elbow. as far as I'm concerned, a katana is on par with a lightsaber in terms of the wisdom of making contact with any part of the blade. For some reason, I was expecting this area to be a lot more desolate. I wasn't expecting all of the bright trees. Bright flowers, rather.
Sora.
Yeah, on the whole, I'm not like the biggest chicken fan in the world. Like, I don't like chicken wings. Like, as soon as a bone is part of the chicken experience, no thanks. It is never not disappointing to pick up like a chicken wing and to realize that 85% of what you're holding is inedible bone and sinew. And the amount of meat that you're actually going to get off of it will in no way replace the calories that you spend getting to it. A chicken tender, man, you just grab that in your fist and you cram it down and take a big drink. You're like Genghis Khan eating your chicken tenders. Hello, just a stranger riding into your property in the dead of night. I'm probably safe. Oh. Also, I've got very sticky fingers for all of your linens.
My brother wanted to be a samurai, Lord Sakai. He built a bamboo training stand, spent a whole winter practicing on it.
Bamboo cutting. An excellent way to become a better swordsman. Perhaps I can join your brother in practice.
Sadly, he died of fever a few years ago. But every time I see a stand beneath its flag, I think of him.
And now, so will I. Thank you. Take care.
Interestingly, that did not mark a place on the map. It was just a little story about her brother. Which I am fine with. Not everything has to mean something. Sometimes there's just these little moments that help to color in the history and the culture for you. I don't see anything else to steal from these nice people, so I guess we're gonna hit the road. Devin is asking, so if, by the way, also if Devin agrees that chicken tenders are superior, it's now very interesting that it's Devin the Nugget. Then again, I suppose Devin the Tender might have, that might have been misunderstood as something unrelated. But Devin's asking, what do you call a spud that does stuff for money? A prostituto. Confused Hypnosis asked, have I tried the Mystic Tales? I love them so much. Maybe not? Oh wait, I don't want Sora to get hurt. Technique point earned. Also, we really should have healed before doing that. Okay. So I think this is the time. Like, this one was basically free. We got it by sort of wandering a bit. So I'm gonna take the one that I've talked so much about as soon as I remember where it is. Safe landing. Yeah. It's not the most important thing on here, but now we can do chain assassination. Or wait, we will soon be able to do chain assassination. And for somebody who, like, tut-tuts over, like, oh no, my honor, everything I've ever learned, my code, it turns out Jin has one very particular skill set, and it involves stabbing people to death from behind. Also, what is this person? Supplies. Yes. Devin the Nugget says that he has not evolved into a tender yet. We'll have to get you a What item in Pokemon allows one form of chicken to evolve into a higher form of chicken? Hold on. So, this watchtower has the road pretty well locked down, or somebody here does. I don't know what we're dealing with here. Somebody in that tower does not like the people outside the tower. And I'm not sure whose side I'm in on this. Uh-oh. Really, you gonna shake that off? Wow. Respect, dude. What did I collect? 1 smoke bomb. All right. I'm coming up. If you shoot me with a flaming arrow, I'm gonna catch it like a badass and then throw it back. Like I'm the Substitute. Remember when there was an action movie series called The Substitute?
I recognize you. You're Lord Sakai.
Good work.
Thank you, my lord.
Oh, he's just... Okay. Well, I will refill on arrows, and gladly so. Yeah, let's switch back to regular arrows. Yeah, you would think that for some reason the flaming arrows appear to do most of their damage on fire, as though it's not still an arrow. Whoa, hold on. How do I get those? Can I hop off of this? Oh yeah, you can. All right, well that's good to know. Now, maybe a flaming arrow is not, like, hewn to a point. I've never, you know, attempted to fire flaming arrows. Maybe it's like a wrapped up bandage, and it's like what you would get out of a t-shirt cannon, except it's on fire. And that's why the impact doesn't do as much damage. But yeah, broadly speaking, I would expect an arrow coated in pitch and set on fire to still kill me if it shot me in the face. Like, the fire at that point would just be mutilation of the body. Yep, we are still headed up this way. Oh, nope, nope. Okay, put that away, and then call the horse. That's what I'm trying to get at. Also, Devin is noting if Sekiro didn't use the prosthetic, would Jin win in a fight with him? So here's everything I know about Sekiro. It's made by From Software. The guy has a grappling hook, and if he dies, he can get back up. And that's pretty much it. So, based exclusively on the fact that he gets a second chance at life every time he dies, I'm going to say that he would probably win in a fight against Jin. At least if I was at the controls of Jin. I don't know where this pig is. I know there's more pigs, I just don't know where they went. Now, they are long gone. No, they're not. I can still hear them. Oh, there he goes. Okay, I just have to get Sora down here. Oh! That shouldn't have been as funny as it was. Oh, boy. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the next console generation develops. I would not be surprised, based on what we've seen so far, if... Oh, no, get down. All right, Hypnos is taking off for now. Got to finish up some more homework. Good idea. It's very great to meet you, and I hope that we'll see you back in future streams. So what were they hoarding? Okay, it is in fact a box. Couldn't tell if it was some sort of a Horcrux cube or something. At some point, we should start talking a little bit more about the fact that in just a couple of weeks, we are going to be officially participating in the 2020 Extra Life Marathon. Due to the structure of the days and the needs of work, it is unlikely that we'll have a chance to do a full 25-hour marathon. So we're going to be teaming up with Team Sandbox, twitch.tv/morethanamia, Drienne, and we will be doing Chivalry as well. We'll be doing a series of marathon streams and getting together with folks and hopefully keeping you guys entertained and attempting to raise money for children's charities, specifically children's hospitals. We're gonna go rescue her. Children's hospitals, places that specialize in treating kids that have cancers and bone diseases and congenital disorders that need treatment. I always blank on the names of the various conditions, but like I said, I always blank on the names of the conditions because they do such great work that when you watch the interviews, you're sort of focused on the kids and how happy and healthy they are as they're getting the treatment that they need. Let's rescue this
You're going to be all
hostage.
Right. Where did they capture you?
My family's home on the Kashine shore. The Mongols turned it into a shipyard.
They must be repairing their ships, getting ready for their next conquest. Stay away from there until I've killed them all.
All right, let's see if she is... Let's see if her location is nearby. It actually kind of is. We may hit that on the way back, especially since, again, it's going to give us some gold and a technique point. All joking aside, we have no idea what gold is for yet. It seems to be a very rare resource, given the fact that it is metered out in very small doses. But I'm looking forward to finding out, and I feel like we're going to be very happy that we have these as we go. Yeah, let's continue up to the north. For some reason, the phrase in my head is fibromyalgia, and that's not... It's cystic fibrosis. That's another example of some of the conditions that are treated at some of these hospitals. So we're going to be participating in a charity marathon to raise money for those medical organizations, and that is done through extralife.org. I believe the website is extra-life.org, and 100% of the donations, the way that you'll be able to donate is by... Hold on. That was an extremely lucky shot. The way that all of the donations are going to go is through their website, and 100% of the money is donated directly to the charities. There's no sneaky hidden administrative cost or anything else. It all goes directly to the charities. I believe that Mia and I will be playing for, and I suspect Chivalry as well, are all playing for the Bay State Children's Hospital in Springfield, Massachusetts. I don't yet know who Drienne will be playing on behalf of, but whoever it is, I mean, they're all part of the Children's Miracle Network, and it is a wonderful cause. Participation in this stream is something that was an original motivator for starting the channel. We've been streaming now for a few years, and all the way back when we first started doing it, the goal was always to one day be able to do a... Hold on. He saw something, but not quite enough to start attacking. Find and observe the Mongol leader. I really want to do that because we get an extra point. Let's listen here. I don't see anybody. Well, I mean, I see many people, but I don't see anybody behind the rock or anybody that's closing in on our location. So if that man takes his perch again, we're going to take him out. Oh, shit. Uh-huh. I don't know what that fist pump is. It's almost like they're alarmed and almost like they're declaring victory. I don't think I can backstab him if he's on a horse. Oh, Confused Hypnos is back. It's great to have you back. All right. So we want to observe the enemy leader because as far as I've been able to tell, observing the enemy leader and then killing him gives you 2 ranks towards your next stance as opposed to just 1. Oh, okay. Do we think we got them before they alerted everybody in the world? It sure seems that way. Oh, hello to Mirinda. Have you finished Prey? How is this game? So 2 questions and 2 answers. 1, yes, finished Prey and really, really enjoyed it. I want to be very careful not to say too much about it now that we're on to a different game, but that game was awesome. And parenthetically, still installed, and one of the things that we discussed doing the other day was a little bonus stream of either the Typhon Hunter or the Moon Crash DLC. You know, not necessarily with the intent of doing a full or like a long form playthrough, but at least to check out what they're all about. And so that may yet be coming. But yeah, Prey was awesome. I really, really enjoyed that. So, sir, are you a Force ghost? Why are you so bright? Let's see if we can get up to the roof and maybe get a little bit of extra vision. Oh, if I can get up on top of here. Just you stop moving for even 1 second, buddy, and we'll... Got him. His friend there may or may not have seen it. I'm not sure. So where do you think the Lee... Oh, somebody saw it, though. So that's our roll maneuver, by the way. I don't think we were going to take damage on that, but it's pretty good. Yeah, Marinda, it's great to see you again. And also, yeah, Prey was an interesting game to, like, try to talk about afterwards, because usually when I finish up a game, I like to talk about not only the things that I thought that worked real well, but some of the things that didn't work, some ideas that I might have to improve it, you know, like in a sequel or something like that. And Prey, man, it's hard to do what feels like a fair critique when you only have positive impressions of something. What is this? Smoke bombs. I wonder why those are down here underneath the house. So I'm looking for where those fellows went. One over there. See anybody else though? There's a lot of folks here, and they've got prisoners, it looks like. Also, I'm being seen by somebody. Okay, if I can get that lookout way down there. Is that the leader? He's not wearing golden armor, but he's wearing very fancy armor. You know what I want? I don't necessarily want a flute to change the weather, although that might be cool. Mostly what I want is a flute to change the time of day. I would much rather be doing this in the dead of night. Okay, now this seems like a really good example of when we would want to have the bell. There we go. I don't get the bell back, right? Like, once that's touched the ground, it's basically like an American flag. We just have to burn it. Yeah. Miranda's saying that one thing that they felt was problematic about Prey is that there weren't too many strong story beats. It felt like one giant story, but no highlights. I think that's fair. Anytime you have a game that focuses very heavily on, like, all the storytelling is done by way of audio logs that the player may or may not find, and even if they do find, may or may not listen to, it becomes challenging to have something that feels coherent, because your story always has to be balanced around the idea that not everybody knows what you're talking about. So, for me, I sort of feel like in a game like Prey, because I'm gonna read all that stuff, I'm gonna read all the stuff, I'm gonna look at all the, like, talk to all the folks. I do not know who sees me. Again. Who is seeing me over here? Is that I think that's a guard, like, propped up against the... Okay, so a couple things. First that, then is it X to switch shoulders? Nope. Okay, that's not what I want. How do you switch shoulders for your arrow? Well, we better figure it out fast. Okay, I don't think we rousted the world on that. He was just practicing his horn, everybody. It's no big deal. He just wanted to make sure it worked. False alarm. Also, we're going to chivalry it. We got to go to gear and outfit. It is beyond time to switch to our awesome samurai armor, which I have not used at all in this entire episode. So before we do it, let's check our charms. Deal bonus damage when at 50% health or less. Killing enemies restores a moderate amount of health. Moderately reduces damage taken at 50% health or less. And then 15% increase to resolve gains. I'm going to swap that one out for... Karma of Well-Being sounds really good. But I want to go with one of these Charm of Dual Destruction. And I might do that one, I'm not sure. Nah, we'll go with this, I think. R3, he says to switch shoulders. Nope. So R3 puts it into slow-mo. How about L3? There we go. L3 does it. Thank you. I'm going to keep it on the right by default, but look how stealthy I'm not. Okay, I don't know if that's the leader, but I would very much like to try to observe him. Okay, just keep doing what you're doing. Cool. Now, I believe when we kill him, we get an extra segment of that. We're going to double check that, but that's what happened the first time. Marina says the armor looks uncomfortable. It really does. It looks like you'd constantly be hitting your own ear with your shoulder blades. Okay. Before we fight the leader, though, I'd really like to take out absolutely everybody that he knows. I feel like it'll be very demoralizing for him to realize that while he was busy shouting at the wind, everyone he was in charge of wound up dead. Somebody has very good eyesight.
Энэс мултар чадахгүй. Энд тэр самурай бололтой. Алдаа тэрнийг. Ямар нэг юм харав. Энд харагдахгүй л байна. Ой, өнөөхийг чи харлаа.
Wait, who's blowing their horn now?
Ямар нэг юм харав.
Alright, I think the jig is up. What am I stuck on? Oh, thank you for the arrows. How many arrows do I have? 2. Both of them. Great. Is this person okay? If they got injured, if these people got injured because of what I did, I'd feel really bad. Oh, hello to Patikin. All armor is fashion. Also, Twitch added something new. I see a celebrate button. Yes. So, Twitch has added a celebrate button, which will cause all sorts of awesome confetti and emotes and so forth. And as much fun as that would be, let me say this. If people elected to hold their donations, any sort of monetary thing for the Extra Life Marathon, and instead donate it to a children's charity, that would mean the world. I mean, I'm very glad that they are rolling out celebrations and additional ways to support streamers. It's very exciting, but we are so close now to the Extra Life Marathon that, I mean, I will go so far as to say, and I really mean this, if people elected to hold off on their subscriptions and to instead dedicate that money to the Extra Life Marathon, I would consider it an honor. I really would. This man is going to kill me a bunch. Wait, that's it? We get to stand off the leader and we just win? Oh, okay. That was pretty good. Uh-oh. Okay, we gotta go take out the... Yeah, hold on, Summer Thunderjaw. We're gonna be right back for you. Okay, I'm sorry. What were you saying? Ow! Ouch! Ow! But Deacon's asking, what if he wants to do both? We are never going to turn down ways to sort of celebrate here on the stream, and you know, we're never going to turn down people who want to support the stream. It's whoops. Okay. I don't know how I'm fitting down here with this particular set of armor, but let's skulk around and see if there's anything cool. This dusk light color effect is pretty dramatic. Yeah, the lighting in this game, it's the coloration of it is... It's hard to think of a game that makes more use of the vibrancy of its color palette. Like, I've seen anime games that aren't this colorful. Yeah, I don't want to, you know, we want to save something to actually talk about during the charity marathon itself, but, so every year, GameSpot and Giant Bomb and Game Informer, and I know others as well. I used to say IGN, but I think then somebody told me that IGN has not done an Extra Life Marathon, so I don't know. But a lot of major companies, Rooster Teeth, a lot of streamers online, a lot of streamers here on Twitch, get together and do a 25-ish hour marathon, all to benefit a children's charity. And it might be just sort of a, you know, like a general fund or a specific hospital, which is what we intend to do here. And it is an example of gamers coming together and, for a time at least, not engaging with any sort of console wars. There's no Gamergate to it. There's no gatekeeping. It's everybody coming together and saying, we all like games and we all believe in the benefits of helping sick children. Let's get together and see what we can do to raise awareness and raise cash, actual money, for these charitable organizations. And we have watched here the Game Informer Marathon every single year. Oh, that's awesome. You get wind chimes from wind chimes. Like, you actually... That's so cool. Sorry, that got me distracted for a second. We have watched the entire Game Informer Marathon, Extra Life Marathon, every year for years. Like, the whole thing. We don't often get a chance to see the whole thing live because it's 25 hours and, you know... with work and everything, you gotta sleep, but they archive the whole thing, and I'll have it on while I'm working out. My producer will have it on while she's working from home. It's such an event, and it feels so good. And the idea of being able to participate in that and to do our own marathon to raise money, even $5 for a charity, has always been a motivating factor. And I never thought that we could do it justice on our own. It always felt like we'd be just drawing minor attention away from the big guys that are all doing it. But this year, I feel like with More Than a Mia and Chivalry and Drienne sort of all teaming up, I'm very, very excited about this year. Patikin, thank you very, very much for the host as well. All right, yeah, let's hit undiscovered location, and we're going to continue working our way over there. Oh, and by the way, so confirmed, if you observe the leader and then kill the leader, then you get double bonus. Also, I am 100% sure that this is a thing. There's no way that the artist that made this created a smoke plume that, like, shoots up into the air through the roof in a way that catches your eye from across the map. This has got to be a thing, and I either haven't upgraded to use it yet, or it involves a game mechanic that hasn't yet been introduced at all. So I'm looking forward to learning more about that. Oh, Dr. Teflon says that he did a charity drive about 9 years ago. Hey, the length of time ago doesn't matter. What matters is that you gave it a spin, and even the effort, even the attempt, I think is worthy of praise. Which is ironic, given the fact that I just talked about the fact that, like, we didn't, you know, we haven't made a previous run at it. But it's mostly just that I wanted to make sure that it's done. It's an important thing, and I want to do it in the best way that we can. I don't know, like, whatever happens, we're going to learn a lot. Let me put it that way. Hey, hold on. We found some records. Day 1, they is gone. Fire still go. Smoke, can't find Toku. Day 3, find stale rice ball this morning. Tastes better than a pear from Shinako. Day 7, smoke finally go away. Sun is shining. Maybe we live. Day 9, thought sun would bring Toku out. No. But talk with survive person from Kashine. So maybe there is hope. Wish my writing better. Day... It doesn't matter what day it is. Found Toku today. Bury Toku by her favorite little waterfall. Now my turn, Toku, my Toku. That's not a feel-good letter. More Than a Me is asking if it was Extra Life. So Patikin's asking why the celebration is only on us. It is a rollout. Yeah, we received a notification that it was going to be turned on as of the 22nd. We spent inordinate amount of time trying to find it the day before, thinking that it was going to be, like, at least configurable at that point. But yeah, at the moment, it's just on the default settings. It is, again, just interesting timing on their part to roll something out like this immediate or so soon before a charity marathon, just because okay, am I supposed to hit this? Hold on. No, and I don't want to shoot an arrow at it because it's not like I have all of the arrows. All right, my sense is that we've done... Oh, this isn't even a thing now that I look at it on the map. Teflon saying, no, not at all. It wasn't for nothing huge in streaming. It was for a local NGO that helped out women in dangerous situations, gave them shelter and therapy. It was him and 8 others from college. Dr. Teflon, that's awesome. Like, the thing to realize about a charity event like that or of any kind is that if you wind up raising $10 for your effort, that's still $10 that the charity didn't have before. And one thing I really like about Extra Life as, like, a concept and the way that it's executed is that it does make it so easy. Like, if you are listening to this right now, either live or if you watch this in the archive later and, like, this sounds really cool, please check out extra-life.org. You can sign up. Okay, don't be on fire, please. You can sign up. Your friends can sign up. you can be set up to participate in this marathon in 5 minutes flat. I gotta find out what this is pointing me towards. Oh, and there's a bird. Pillar of Honor. This is new. We have not encountered one of these before. Also, gear, outfit, here, and there. Genbu's Darkness. Oh, this is a new outfit. That's awesome. Okay, not an outfit, but rather a new sword set. Yeah, slot that in, baby. Let's give that a shot. Also, I think we are going to... Hold on a second. If we put on the Samurai Clan armor, I'm going to put on this Glowering Warrior. Like, it fits there where it doesn't fit with the other set. Like, here, only your eyes are exposed. And I feel like that's smart armoring. Why would you ever put on the broken armor again? I bet there's, like, a special playthrough style where that's what you do. Teflon saying we made deals with a lot of restaurants and bars so they give 20% of their profits in a specific day, and we promoted the hell out of it. That's so... So we've talked here, both of us, about, like, should we advertise, should we let people know at work? And that is simultaneously something that could potentially bring in more money, and also would sort of, like, draw more attention from people that we know in real life. And among other things, there's always been a desire to keep a line of separation between, you know, what we do on stream and what we do, you know, for work and so forth. Only because, like, you need a break. You need a break from, you know, from what you do for a living to what you do for fun. You know, it's nice to have divisions there. This is not looking great. Yeah, that's just straight up collapsed. Okay. Let me check the map because... Oh, it was the Pillar of Autumn there that we found. Okay, so now we just head north. Oh, hello to Dr. Wumbo, who says that they finished this last night. I hope you had a great time. I'm having a very, very good time with it. One thing that we've discussed here on, you know, in various playthroughs is the point at which you've played a game enough to know that nothing can happen any longer that would make you dislike it. You know, I don't necessarily agree that you have to have finished a game in order to give it a fair review. I do think that games reach a point where you have spent a significant amount of time with them and you have come to a firm conclusion on what you think. We're not there yet, but I have to say that as of episode 4 here, it continues to make an extremely good impression. I do feel... So, Dr. Wumbo, yes, we are... So, we're playing on hard, for what it's worth. Never played it before. This is the first playthrough. Decided to go on hard, and it has been... Uh-oh.
Masako!
Do I still have time to change my gear? Yep. Okay, just a great start.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, let me loot here real quick. Except we were full on smoke bombs, not full on supplies. Never full on supplies. All right. Hey, Masako.
What are you doing here, Masako?
Looking for my family. I already found my husband, but I've yet to find my sons.
They died as warriors, defending our home.
Did you see where they fell?
No. The battle was chaos. I could barely keep eyes on my uncle. Let me help you find them.
Come. I still need to search this part of the beach.
Dr. Wumbo is saying, do all the side stuff so that you can level up before engaging in the main story. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted to do hard mode, because that's usually how I play anyway. And I feel like the arc of personal advancement for the character is so much more satisfying when it feels insurmountable at first.
Look, over there.
But then as you sort of rank up and tech up and get more comfortable with it, you... One
of your soldiers?
Yes, but alone. Do you think he deserted?
When your husband fell, your clan surged forward to avenge their lord. No one fled.
It's a comfort to know they were loyal to the end. Keep your eyes open for more of our banners.
Search for the Adachi banner. Okay, in a specific direction or just on the beach in general? Hello to Jay Cho, who said that they are... Oh, I missed it. Watching the stream and listening to a 1-hour version of the Guts theme from the Berserk anime. Very fitting. Well, that's great.
Over here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't play every game on hard here, but some games are in genres that I feel comfortable enough with to at least give it a shot. Oh, hold on.
He was riding down the beach.
Then we will continue in that direction.
Kikuchi banner.
I don't recognize him. My sister's husband fought for Kikuchi.
Your brother-in-law could be close by. Should we look for him?
Right now, I just need to find my sons.
Dr. Wumbo saying that he hopes that there's no spoilers. Yeah, so we are going into it very blind so far. And the good news is we have some moderators on staff that are going to be very good about, like, tamping down on spoilers. But I very much appreciate that.
I almost died with him.
What happened?
My uncle saved me.
We will return the favor. The important thing is, you endured.
Dr. Wumbo's going to go for a platinum trophy in this. Yes, good luck. I feel like I know a number of people that elected to go through this specifically and aim for platinums and achieved it.
Fell many Mongols.
Their skill was unrivaled.
If only Sensei Ishikawa had been with them.
I don't want to look down there, but...
Your uncle's banner.
During the battle, when I saw these colors on a fallen man, I feared it was my uncle.
Only fools have no fear of death.
They lead up through the rocks.
Our banners.
For anybody joining in progress, this is the scene of where the game first started. This was the first story beat in the game.
Uchikage. A close friend of my son's. He would have stayed by their side.
They must be near.
This way. They left their dead to rot.
Like discarded trash.
No. Shigesato! Yasanari! Strung up like animals.
Let's get them down.
They should be with our family, buried beside their wives and children.
The journey to Ariake isn't safe. Is there someplace close we could bury them that would honor their sacrifice?
The lighthouse. They played there when they were young. But it's been overrun by Mongols.
Then we take it back.
The lighthouse is this way.
Okay, I think we all know by this point how Masako handles the sight of Mongols, so we're gonna get changed a little bit early. Also, I very much appreciate the fact that Jin takes off his face mask when he is talking to somebody in a cutscene. That's the old Mass Effect
They
where...
loved climbing that tower. If they didn't come home at night, I could always find them there, gazing at the stars.
You are a good mother.
I used to think so, but my children are dead, and I am alive. There is no greater failure.
I felt that way when my mother died. That I'd failed her.
But you were so young, and she was ill. There's nothing you could have done.
Even if that's true, it's a cold comfort.
I know.
Yeah, Jaicho, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, if you guys are in the mood to see this whole game through, we're gonna be streaming the whole way. I usually say that I reserve the right to do, like, side stuff, like, you know, in a game like this, like, maybe collectible, like, fox dens and stuff off stream, but I've never actually done it, so if it ever comes to that, I'll let you guys know, but it is much more likely that we will be streaming every moment.
There they are! Mongol swine!
Yeah, subtlety is not her forte.
Stay ready. There could be more.
They're coming up the hill!
Watch the grass.
Ow.
Look, through the tree line.
They're relentless!
Okay, I gotta find who fired that arrow, though. Oh. Okay, I perfectly did that wrong. Okay. Did I get 2 for 1? No. Other guy's still alive. Doesn't count. I cannot deal with the unblockable attacks. Hold on, new stance. This is brand new. Sorry for the lack of commentary. This game takes 105% of my attention. Hey. Highly effective against spears and axes. Ooh, we haven't even seen axes yet. Heavy attacks deal extra stagger damage. Spear breaker, hold for typhoon kick. I don't see that as part of the video, but that's fine. And then hold R2 to change stances, which I'm only just starting to get a little bit comfortable with. Oh, all heavy attacks deal extra stagger damage. Okay. Okay.
I don't see any more.
I think that's it.
Hey, Masako, time out for just 1 second. Oh, I'm gonna like doing that. Okay. I've seen saying that Fox Dens don't count as a collectible since they help your stats. Yeah, in an open world game like this, the thought has always been, hey, for like the just run around the map and hoover up all the question marks and stuff, that, you know, maybe I do some of that off stream. But I feel like that whole idea died when I played 230 hours of Assassin's Creed Odyssey all on stream, including like both expansions. Like once you've done that, the idea of doing anything off stream is just like, it's just, I'll let people know if it happens. I don't think it will.
Then it's time. Let's bring my sons. I never let them spend the night here, even when they grew older. I always called them home.
That's what I missed most after my mother passed. Her voice calling for me.
Take comfort in knowing she's at peace. They all are. You have been a great friend, Jean Sakai. Thank you. But for now, I'd like to spend some time with my sons.
I understand. Be well, Masako.
I think we're going to upgrade wind stance immediately. I mean, I'm going to check to see what's there, because I got to say, even now that I said that, chain assassination sounds like it's probably too much fun to pass on. Charm of Fortunate Return. Let's see what this is about. Abilities that use resolve have a 15% chance to refund one resolve. Oh my god! You know what we've done 0 times? The Heavenly Strike. I didn't even think about doing that until this moment. We've never used any abilities that use resolve, so I'm not going to slot that in yet. But I mean, that as we get more abilities that use resolve, I feel like that may come a little bit more frequently. Switch up colors here. I'm not going to put on the clan helmet. I like the white headband with this outfit. Okay, quest complete. So, let's go check out Komoda Town. We don't yet know if it is overrun or a place where we can trade. If it has a trapper, I think that we have sufficient animal skins that we can craft some new materials. Upgrades, character upgrades. But yeah, sorry, somebody had mentioned earlier, I think it was Jcho, said, like, there's a point around the mid-game where playing on normal, it starts to feel a little bit too easy. And that's another reason why we elected to do this on hard. In playing through Prey, which is the full-length playthrough that we just finished and is now up as a complete archive on the channel, that game, in playing it, felt like it would have benefited from having played on a harder difficulty level. It was very tense, and I enjoyed it very, very much. However, I do feel like it's an example of a game that would have really shown on the... Okay, apparently I can't do a standoff anymore. Ow. Oh! I'm so sorry, dude. Did you see his death boot? Oh, I'm sorry. Pow! It's so much more than I thought it was gonna be. That was a Highlander kick. Holy shit. I really enjoyed that. Oh, I need a cigarette now. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the only thing we do for the whole rest of the game.
Boss! Can't give up yet, boy.
Okay. That was very unexpected. I'm sorry. Alright, let's keep an eye out for anything that I missed to pick up, any sort of crafting materials or anything. Oh god, how do we get down from here? Oh, these people don't look friendly. Psst, lady. Do you have any pie? Or intruders? No, she doesn't. Alright, I'm full on wind chimes. I want to get up on the roof of this house. That's another thing that separates this from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That you can climb, but not like Spider-Man. I can kill that guy. Okay, you can't see me in my bright red costume, man. Oh, yes you can. Patikin's claiming that also highest difficulty in this game is easier than normal. So I haven't tried it on the hardest difficulty level, but the way that it's described in the menu is that a single sword strike is fatal. That does not sound easier than normal. But I have not tried it, and I suspect that Patikin may have in terms of getting that platinum. Okay, well, we can get up under the roof here, so this is going to be an opportunity to scope things out. So, I feel like we came from there. There may or may not be something underneath. Yeah, there's something underneath that hut if we want it. I don't think there's as many guys here. I bet there's a bunch of guys in that compound that we can't see beyond the tree. But other than that, this is not as heavily populated as I'd worried about. Oh, Patikin's saying that you can single strike enemies as well. Okay, I did not realize that. I guess it's like realism mode or whatever, Bushido Blade mode. Nobody knows Bushido Blade. Bushido Blade, for anybody that doesn't know, was a fighting game in which I believe all the characters had some sort of bladed weapon, and it was based on a rather, pardon the pun, cutting-edge damage system where limbs could be disabled or a properly timed and aimed strike could be instantly fatal. So instead of like Soul Calibur, where Taki just like scissors into your torso with her dual blades or whatever, and then you just get back up and lose a third of your lives. In Bushido Blade, if somebody cut you stem to stern, you simply died on the spot. So it could be a very, very fast-paced game, but in my opinion, didn't really live up to the potential of the idea. A game like this, I could see doing that. So, we've got a couple dudes here. We can wait to see if they move away, or we do have a wind chime we can use to lure one of them. I think we'll probably do that. Wow, Drienne misses Bushido Blade a whole bunch. Yeah, Bushido Blade was ahead of its time for sure. All right, so let's see if we can lure that guy. No, we don't want him to see us up here. But then again, we also want him to... How do we lure him far enough away from his friend? Let's try to do it there. And I'm going to switch back to the bow. We just need him to not see us. The worst assassin. Nope. Oh! I didn't hear that yell enough. Oh, I didn't dodge. I didn't dodge. Can't wait to find the stance. It's good against asshole archers. Ooh, somebody didn't come to the fight. Somebody decided they were going to hang out upstairs and try to do an ambush. They did not account for my Vietnam vision from Mafia 3. There's nobody to hear your horn, pal. They're all dead. And also, how do I get to where he is? Boy, he's mad at something up there. Well, normally, my assassination attempt there was well short of expectations. In my head, I was going to jump down and... There we go. Do we think I can jump across to that? Oh, no. Oh, here's a ladder. I bet this will get us to where we want. What are you doing? What on earth was he doing to that woman? Just shooting at her repeatedly? Jeez, lady, I'm sorry I couldn't get up here. This guy sucked. Nope, not that. Oh man, she'll never be an adventurer now. Really wish I could, like, give her medical attention or something. Nolan North was on the set of the Uncharted movie. There's a photo of him and Tom Holland. Wonder if he'll have a cameo. That would be nice. It would be nice to have a cameo for him to make up for the fact that he's not starring in the movie of the character that he made famous and has done all of the voice work for, all the motion capture for, and most recently, as the series went on, they increasingly made him the physical model for the character, like, face-wise. I don't know that, like, Nolan North is a cool dude or not. Like, I don't know a lot about... I know they're going with a young Drake. It's a weird decision, though, to me. Every time that they take, you know... why? It's the same thing as I said, why is Camilla Luddington not playing Lara Croft in the movies? She's actually Lara Croft in the game. Like, that's her. That's her. Sorry, I gotta get off this, because it's just so weird. It's so weird that they have someone who's already playing the part, and they're like, we'll find somebody else. Okay. Wait, this wasn't even the village. We didn't even make it to the village. Now, for clarity, Alicia Vikander did do a very good job of Lara Crofting. She did a very good job in a not very good Lara Croft movie. But, like, it's not that I'm mad at her. It's just, like, Camilla Luddington is right there. She's, like, already on contract. She's a professional actress. She doesn't just do voice and motion capture work. You can see her in Grey's Anatomy. Anyway, it's the same thing with Nolan North. I will say this about Nolan North. He made some less than supportive comments during the SAG-AFTRA Voice Actors Guild strike. And those were very interesting to me because I feel like it's easy to be very dismissive of unions when you are already like a hugely sought after and highly successful voice actor, but the union isn't necessarily about finding you personally work. It's about making sure that your working conditions are protected, as are those of people who are not wildly successful. And all of that said, it's not like he said, I am against the union, I'm against the strike or anything like that. He just made some comments that were could easily be read as being unsupportive. I think I might have boxed myself in here. Well, not really, because I can just go further away. I have arrived at my track location. We're going to save everybody in this town that isn't currently, like, holding their knee and wincing like Peter Griffin. Oh, I want to read what Drienne had to say, but I'm... So want to close in here. You know something? I don't see any way except to do a standoff. We're never going to close on that many guys, not in a wide open field.
Stand and fight!
All right, Archer to our right. Oh, God. It's the two of them. Oh, God. They're very good at teaming up. Now, the nice thing about the red is no one can tell if I'm bleeding. Oh, I didn't do near enough healing. Let me do one more. Here's another thing. Like, remember when we only had 3 moons to heal with? And now I just healed completely up, and I still have, like, 2 and 2/3. So Drian was saying, combined with Tom Holland being the same age as Drake in the first game, they're on board. He does, like, Tom Holland really does look the part. I like, when I express confusion over the fact that they're not going with the guy who is Nathan Drake, that is not intended to be, like, anti-Tom Holland. I've seen some people that are, like, against Tom Holland because they can only see him as Peter Parker, and according to the set photos that were just released today, as of this recording, he full-on looks the part. I want to hear his voice. I think that Tom Holland is a very, very good actor, and I want to see and hear how fully he can disappear into that role. Also, has it... Oh, well, I guess if he's... I think he's somewhat... I think this is sort of a prequel story a little bit, so I don't know that we're going to get an Elena. But I wonder who will be Elena if they make it to that point in the storyline. Because one of the problems is that if they're casting Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, I don't think that they can cast, or they will cast, Emily Rose as Elena. Okay, we finished this area, didn't we? Or are we still not at the village? Well, we cleared the village because it's now a fast travel point. It's less, villagey than I'd hoped for. But Deacon's saying that not many movies from games are good. You know what? Let me just fast travel to it. We'll get ourselves right into whatever the town center is. But yeah, Adriana's saying that Nolan North is too old for the role, and
So full of life. Hard to believe you and I survived this.
maybe it will turn out that Nolan North was on set because he is going to be playing older Nathan Drake. Like, there'll be elements of like a flashback or something, which I would love to see Nolan North as Nathan Drake on the big screen, even if it's only in like a cameo role, like, let me tell you about when I was a young kid. I have no Nathan Drake impression, by the way. Ooh, bamboo strike. Let's do it. Okay. I'm gonna fail this in the first go. Yep. Oh. I know exactly where I hit it wrong, too. I keep pressing square too many times. There's only one square on the board. Okay. L1, L1, square, L1, yeah. There we go. Okay, one more, and we get a resolve increase, which, as I just talked about, is really cool. All right, do we think there's anything else here in the area? Well, a bird led us to this. I'm going to take a quick look around. So Patikin's saying that apparently Chloe is going to be in the game. That'll be interesting because, as Patikin says, Chloe is not in the first game. I don't want to know too much about what the story and the characters are. I prefer to be surprised, but I mean, here's hoping that the Uncharted movie is better than the Assassin's Creed movie. Like, can you imagine somebody saying, you know, that Assassin's Creed game, people are always talking about that, but I don't play a lot of video games. I don't know about this. I'm gonna watch the Assassin's Creed movie. It has Michael Fassbender. He's a good actor. How bad could it be? I think I mentioned this at some point, but to underscore, the Assassin's Creed movie is on a very short list of movies that I simply stopped watching. I simply refused to finish watching it. I was so bored by that movie. I have no idea what anybody involved with that project was thinking. I don't think there's any reason to crawl under. I haven't used crawl under much in the way of like tactical repositioning. You would think that it'd be very useful when you're like clearing out an outpost, and so far I've been very straightforward about getting up onto a high area, sniping guys from afar, and then working my way around the perimeter. It's very Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I should look for more opportunities to crawl under and around things to get the drop on guys. So More Than Me is bringing up Last House on the Left. Well, that is very different. Last House on the Left, I reached like, I knew it was the end of the movie, and the last thing that happened in the movie, like, I always forget the actor's name, and now it's going to really bother me, but this is the remake of Last House on the Left. I've never seen the original. But the remake of Last House on the Left was a genuine horror movie in that I was horrified all the way through. It was unpleasant in a way that's typically reserved for like an existential crisis. And I don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, I bailed on Last House on the Left about a minute and a half before the credits because I could no longer bear what was happening on screen. And if that strikes you as being an advertisement for the movie, then by all means, go check it out. But for me, that was well enough. Let's see, other movies that like Assassin's Creed I was just super bored by. I realized like while I was watching it, like, I could be doing anything, including staring at a blank television, and have more fun than I'm having right now. Other movies that I refuse to stop watching, and some of these are not going to be popular, by the way. Like, popular that I stopped watching them. I had a friend who swore by Black Hawk Down. Man, he loved Black Hawk Down. Black Hawk Down was such a great movie, and I really needed to watch Black Hawk Down. I watched Black Hawk Down, and it was, like, that movie is such bullshit. Like, you're just watching it, and, like, every scene is somehow less coherent, and, like, realistic is a word that is tossed around in a lot of inappropriate ways, but when something is happening on screen that is so far removed from any semblance of reality that it just, as Mia has seen in some games, it just completely shatters your suspension of disbelief. It's so arrogant and moronic that you're like, I cannot believe the way that this movie is insulting my intelligence. Specifically, and by the way, when I describe this, surely a fan of the movie is going to come along and say, oh, you're misremembering it, you know, that's not what happens, you know, you don't understand what was happening in the scene. Okay, fine, noted. I'm just telling you that there's a scene in which Tom Sizemore is, like, he's on the radio, and he's walking along, like, the side of an armored Humvee, and there's bullets slamming into the side of the RV, the Humvee, where he is walking, and he's just, like, completely oblivious to it. It's like they forgot in the staging of their special effects stunt work which side the fucking bullets were supposed to come on. And it was a super boring movie. Like, once you are completely disengaged from the well-being of any of the characters or what they're doing or why, then it's like, okay, well, now I'm just incredibly bored. It's also one of those movies where somehow they managed to cast like 9 people that all looked exactly the same. Hey, who are you? I'm grizzled, short-haired, buzz-cut white guy number 4. Hey, stop that. Oh, they killed the people. That feels awful. I mean, like, I've seen harsh critiques of the xenophobia and the political messaging in Black Hawk Down. I want to be clear, that's not what I'm talking about. The movie is badly made. Set aside whatever the movie was trying to say about this event or the Clinton administration or anything else. It's a badly made movie that is incredibly tedious to watch. It's poorly made, poorly framed, poorly cast. Like, we don't have to go any further than it's a very, very bad movie. So those are my thoughts on Black Hawk Down. If somebody wants to come at me for not having watched the whole thing, yes, because life is too short for a movie that is that, it's that lazy. And by the way, I am not the only one who thinks so, because a gentleman named Tom Sizemore released a statement apologizing for the movie and his role in it, and talking about the fact that the script that he originally signed on to do was very, very different from the movie that was actually made. Hold on a second. There's many exciting things happening. There's a firefly trying to get my attention to go somewhere. I want to follow you, Firefly. Let me help you, George Washington. So it must be below where I am. Yes. What? Oh, it's a flag. Okay. Like, you have to imagine when we're talking about, like, a movie that I won't finish watching, that the upwards limit of what a movie is asking from you is usually 2 to 2.5 hours. There's some movies that's even shorter than that. So to be, like, that off-put by it that quickly... Okay, this is where it gets hard. Oh, nope, I fucked up. Too many L1s. It's not going to be enough. I'm not going to be able to continue complaining here for a second. Hold on. Nope. There we go. Petition likes Black Hawk Down. As with everything in the world, I perceive no benefit to convincing somebody else to, like, I never wanted to feel like I look down on people that like Black Hawk Down, or any of the things that I dislike. I just, that movie, as I tend to say, was not for me. Who is this, and what does their symbol mean? It's like a star shooting up into the sky. I wonder if this person will be mad that I'm going to take all of their flowers. Well...
My family has used white dye for generations.
Oh, okay. Hold on. White dye merchant.
I thought all the samurai were dead.
Is that any way to greet a visitor?
Forgive my manners, my lord. I spend all my time alone. My only company is dyes and brushes, lacquer and cloth. I've perfected a shade of white like sparkling virgin snow in frozen jogaku. Bring me the necessary ingredients, and I will adorn you in white, like death itself.
Will do, and thank you very much for the follow, Aaron Gray 420. Ooh, I really like the look of that. I like his traveler's attire a lot. I think that is... Oh, I don't want to see what they look like. I want to earn them later. Okay, so, yeah. I'll give you 10 flowers for that.
It's impossible without the right materials.
And he also sells new hats, including a pure intent. Oh, that's... I like that. And I can't afford it. I need many more flowers.
I'll see you again.
Hold on. We are switching into our cool white outfit. Nope. And then, do we want to keep the headband white? This is the first outfit we've had where the blue headband, I think, kind of goes. And everything goes with white. Except that. And except for before Labor Day. Let's rock this for a little while. A little bit of color. It really helps mark that the head is where the enemies want to be aiming.
Death himself is coming for our enemies.
Eraserhead. But I was just sort of like, I don't understand anything that's happening. Like, Eraserhead's different in that I respect the fact that Eraserhead exists, and it is an example of an artistic vision that is simply incompatible with anything that I want to see, but I still respect, David Lynch, yes? Was that him? I'm gonna feel very embarrassed if that wasn't David Lynch. Somebody please confirm for me that that was David Lynch. Yeah, Eraserhead was, not for me. But that is different from like my distaste for Black Hawk Down. You know, Eraserhead is just like this, like I said. Let's see, anything else? Like I said, it's a short list of movies. I was tempted to walk out of Justice League. If I hadn't paid money for it, I would have walked out of Justice League. A friend of mine asked me afterwards, like, hey, Justice League is on HBO. I haven't seen it. Do you want to come by? And I said no, and my producer said no, and then we did anything else during that time. It's been slightly too long, but here's the thing about Justice League. When HBO releases whatever that, like, Justice League Snyder Cut thing is, we are going to watch that, so stay tuned for that. Aaron Gray is asking if this is the first playthrough of the campaign. Yes. Yep, we are playing it for the very first time on hard. And enjoying it very, very much. And we're going to go see if we can kill these guys like death itself.
Challenge me!
Alright. I don't like the look of this fellow. I'm just gonna take him right off the board. Anybody else? Nope. Nothing personal, kid. All right, let's go save this woman.
Someone, please.
Hold still.
Oh, hello to Brian.
It's terrible, my lord. They're cutting down our forest to repair their ships.
Where?
A logging camp near the eastern coast.
Aaron, I very much appreciate that. Yeah, we'd greatly prefer no story or campaign spoilers. That is pretty far away. Yeah, from where we're going. We're gonna head there, like, we are going to begin working our way south. Let me call up Sora.
Can't give up yet.
Oh, Prince of Egypt. What act are we in? Act 1. We are in the process of trying to band together our allies and go save Jin's uncle. And although in every what's the phrase? Episode. Oh, wait. Hello. In every episode, we have been pursuing the main story. We just finished up, to give you a sense, Masako's storyline for now. She has pledged her bow to our cause, and we're going to be working our way south. In my mind, the top priority is to go help Yuna find her brother, because as we all remember from the...
Stand and fight me!
Hold on a second. As we all remember from the beginning of the game, Yuna didn't know Jin from a hole in the wall and went out of her way and risked her life to save his. And then he was like, yeah, but we're going to go save my uncle. And she's like, hey, my brother could really help you. And he's like, yeah, my uncle, though. I really want to go save my uncle. And it's like, yeah, Jin, we all do. Oops. But, oops. Hold on a second. Let me stop. Okay. There we go. Enough animations. So yeah, I personally consider saving Yuna's blacksmith brother very high on the list of things because we owe her a debt. And with that, we got a new charm slot. R2 to pet. No, get out of here, charm slot. Hello to Azaric as well. All right, let's take a quick second because we do actually want to slot in. So this is our sort of like archery and sneaky outfit. So Charm of Shadows is an early favorite, reduces enemy detection speed by 10%, but actually I think that's the one we're gonna go with. Nothing says Charm of Shadows quite like a brilliant titanium white outfit.
That's my Sora.
Speaking of titanium white, does everybody remember that, like, world-class art forger that eventually got undone because they used, what was it, like, I think it was titanium white, in one of their reproductions. This was somebody who was extremely skilled at replicating the works of other famous painters. I want to say like Rembrandt and so forth, but I'm probably going to get the exact...
I'm right here.
The exact painter wrong. But this person was, like, they did it for, like, decades and made millions and millions of dollars selling basically art in the style of these famous artists, and only ever got caught when in a moment of just sort of kind of laziness, wound up using a shade, a pigment of white that could not have existed at the time that the artwork was supposedly made. It's an interesting story. I regret that I cannot remember the name of the forger. But like millions of dollars worth of fake art was like hanging in mansions and museums and other facilities all around the world that this person had created themselves. And when, like, set aside everything about like the titanium white and everything, imagine being that good at painting and not being able to be recognized for your own artistry. And so what you decide to go do is you're going to pretend that your work is that of a world famous artist so that you can make money at it. It's simultaneously wrong, and also like this shouldn't be how it is. If somebody's that good at painting, if they're that good at mimicking the works of other famous artists, then shouldn't they also be? Because they were original works. That's the thing. They weren't, pardon me, just recreating melting clocks or whatever. They were creating original pieces of art and successfully passing them off as being like Van Gogh. And that's like a big damn deal, it seems to me, but whatever.
All I have.
All right, so... Yes. If we can fit more arrows into this thing, that is what we're going to do with it. Yeah,
Thank you.
arrows take precedence over everything else.
May your hunts be successful.
Brian wants a pet fox. So I don't know anything about the temperaments of fox. Like, I would have thought that a ferret was a really cool animal, but then it turns out that ferrets need to be bathed like 4 times a day, or else they develop this like funk oil that is just awful. And as soon as I learned about that, like, it's like, not for me. I guess you can like have surgery that will help with the oil glands, but then it just seems a little bit. Why am I surgically altering a ferret so that I can keep it as a pet? As with everything, no shade towards people that have pet ferrets or whatever. It's just when I did a little bit more research, I was like, this doesn't seem like it's good for me. So yeah, I mean, I think foxes look super cool and they're smart. They're ripping smart, so it seems like they'd be a cool pet, but also I think they're smart enough to not want to be a pet. Okay, so I think that what we're going to do is head down this way, and we have traveled this area of the world sufficiently that as soon as I can properly select the house... Oh, whatever. As we're saying, that's a lot of bathing. Yeah, I'm overstating it, but only slightly. Like, apparently ferrets require, like, constant maintenance. Because they're you know, ferrets don't have the benefit of having been bred as domesticated animals for the last 500 years, the way that dogs and cats have. And with cats, far, 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 far longer. Also, more than Amiya is saying, he's exaggerating, don't listen. I may be, like I said, I've never had a pet. So, oh, sorry, that's not correct. I've never had a ferret. So maybe it's not as much as I've heard. But what I've heard is that ferrets are... I've said my piece. Anyway, we're going to call it here because this has been a nice long stream and I've had a great time playing Ghost of Tsushima. Tomorrow is Friday. It is relatively unlikely that we're going to have time to stream this before twitch.tv/morethanamiya jumps into Frightening Fridays, but we might, and I underscore might, jump in to do... we were talking about doing an Anno 1800 beginners stream, which is not to say that I'm good at the game or ready to teach others all of my knowledge, but so many streams and series on Anno, like I'm playing on super hard difficulty deity mode, and I like people to see in games like that, in Age of Wonders, in XCOM 2, in Civilization 6, that you can have a lot of fun not playing on the hardest difficulty level. So what we were talking about doing is that they just had a major release as of this recording of the Land of the Lions DLC. We're talking about like maybe jumping in. Now, we would not see Land of the Lions during that stream. It would actually be fairly far in. I think that content would unlock. But what it would do is give us an opportunity to set a foundation, show people the early parts of the game and how the economy works, how to expand onto new islands, how to start building up some of the towns that we saw in an earlier stream. So we might wind up doing that, but that would be ahead of twitch.tv/morethanamiya doing her most recent episode of Dead Space 2. She played all the way through Dead Space, and we'll be jumping back in for Dead Space 2. And she's already played a couple episodes of that. So I'd say that she is episode 5, I want to say. Mia may remember exactly, but it's episode 5 or 6. Aaron Gray says, thanks for the stream. And we will be back this weekend for sure to do some more streams of this. So if you're interested in seeing the whole adventure, we're going to have the whole thing live and then also archived into a nice collection. On that note, twitch.tv/Patikin is playing all the way through the Mafia trilogy and is nearing the end. Unless he finished it today, and he'll let us know if he did. He is... rounding the turn on Mafia 3, having fully played and completed Mafia and Mafia 2. Did not finish it just yet, and More Than Amiya is confirming that she's on Chapter 5. Patikin will be finishing it next week. This weekend, Patikin, Tashir, SG Tiffany, G Nice, hopefully Azaric, many others will be remounting their attempt to get to the top of the summit, which is one of the latest content drops for the Division 2. Tashir and Division Force were on level 100. They were at the top. They were standing at the edge of victory, and then Ubisoft reset all of their progress, which is heartrending. I feel so bad for them, but the adventure will be starting anew. Aaron Gray is saying that he'll definitely try to make it, but is in Australia. So we'll try to watch streams. Aaron Gray, you seem like a super cool guy, and we're hopeful to see you again here in the future. I suspect every minute of Ghost of Tsushima is going to be live for us, and then we every episode is archived, so hopefully we'll see you again soon. So in any event, check out Patikin, check out Tashir Rizé, check out More Than a Mia. There's many others that we like to call out, like Mr. Binky, JV McMaster, Diesel Jones, that DIEZELJONES. Papa Latko did a wonderful raid the other day, which we're very, very grateful for. That's PAPULATKO. She continues her full-length playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance. And also The Real Cutie Pie to us a huge raid the other day, and I hope that she knows how much we appreciated that. Hopefully we were able to provide some fun Anno 1800 content for her streamers coming off of her Genshin Impact stream. So huge thanks to her. We called her out on Twitter, but please check her out again at The Real, and then the letters QTPI, Real Cutie Pie. Okay, we're going to call it there. We're going to look for somebody fun to raid, and I'll be right back to describe who that is before we jump over. And then we will see you hopefully as early as tomorrow, but certainly this weekend for some more Ghost of Tsushima action. Until next time, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.